I'm still bag holding Biotech. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know enough about it to have any thoughts. I just started it this week with that Lab B, but I'm not too happy with it.
I don't know. It looks a whole lot like a Head and Shoulders to me. But
on XBI?
Yeah, on XBI, but it's got a long right side.
Yeah, it's breaking out now. I don't really see a Head and Shoulders though. I don't know, some kind of W shit.
Financials are breaking down.
I might try Lab B again, Lab D again if it would get lower.
Check out Tech.
Man, I can't even deal with tech, man. I don't like something that I can't trace, that I can't connect to fundamentals or geopolitics or anything else.
See, I just connect with the price action. We talk to each other.
All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. Woo-wee! All right. All right, you guys hear me on Discord? No, I'm not in the Discord chat. We're good. Cool. We're good. We're back.
Yeah, it looks all good.
Okay, we good.
You guys are catching all that storm coming up through from Louisiana and stuff.
Yeah, I think it has to be the storm because when I was driving outwards, downwards through the street, there was one of those Comcast trucks working on the telephone poles, or not a telephone, Comcast, Time Warner. I'm sorry. I think Time Warner's owned by Comcast now, though.
Probably Tropical Storm Cindy, I think it was. I think XBI is going to try to double top today.
Yeah, I'm looking at this possibly a breakout here. I'm just watching to see if this might break out. So just watch for this possible white line. If it goes any higher, if we go to 79.59 and we break the 79.25, I think XBI might go up higher. So that's why so guys, I already hit my target for the day. I'm twice over my target. I don't want to divergence. Let's get the divergence here. There's lower low. So yep, this is probably why it's bouncing a little bit. There's the bullish divergence kicking in. There's bullish divergence kicking in. I'll show you what I mean here by the bullish divergence. So let that filter itself out. It's a lower low on the MACD, but the price is a higher high. So this is probably going to bounce. I think it's going to bounce a little bit, but again, watch the 79.25 pivot. The 79.25 pivot should be a pretty big pivot here. But let me. I'm gonna go ahead. I bought food while I was waiting for my internet to get restored, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat my food, and I'll be right back, guys.
Yep.
You guys see this garbage?
He's back home. So I'm going to go get a sandwich while I'm in cash here myself.
So I'm just watching this right now. Again, I'm probably not going to likely any trade. So if you guys have questions at me, just ping them over to me. I'll do the best while I eat here to answer some questions. Again, I don't expect myself to enter another trade here. It's the end of the day, Friday, and honestly, nothing might happen. Nothing might happen towards the end of the day. So actually, I might actually end the stream here early today because if nothing happens, because look at UJ here. You think something big is going to happen to UJ after it goes sideways like this? Hell no. Something big is going to happen to dollar after it drops like this? Hell no. SPY near the highs of the day. Qs are up, right? Qs are up 0.5% almost. SPY's up, a 0.25%. I think they're good. I don't think SPY's going to break this resistance at 243.42 though. So sideways everything. So I think I'm just going to observe XBI since a lot of people are trading the biotech here today. Biotech's hot.
Ooh.
Grilled chicken sandwich, the best kind of chicken sandwich. What do you guys eat for lunch today? No one had lunch. I'm the only one ate. Power drink. I don't even know what that is, Skyper, but sounds interesting. Oh yes, I can get back in Schwab now. There we go. Cool. So again, 79.25 is the resistance here for XBI. We just gotta watch for it. Honestly, dude, I feel like everything is out of energy. Everything's out of energy. We're going sideways. Like I do not see UJ making one big move here. Let's look at oil here as well. Oil it's since sideways, 0.5% up. It's been here already this morning. GXJ, gold is on support. GXJ is near highs of the day. Go figure, right? I think we're gonna bounce. These are the two levels of bounce here. So I'm gonna move these lines. I think what GXJ is gonna do today is just trade between these two narrow ranges. Go ahead, delete this. Watermelons are great for reverse calories. Pretty good for reverse calories. Again, if Chloe, Ron, and Kyle are in this channel, thank you once again for buying me lunch today. That was a very, I appreciate that a lot. So miners, again, floating between two supports and resistances. Really no movement here in gold. Gold is going up $1, down $1. It's like a range of $2 here. Not really making moves. This looks like typical Friday. Sometimes on Friday we get like really crazy moves. It looks like all the crazy stuff happened before 12 noon already. And right now Qs are floating upwards. SPY looks like it's pinned at 243.40.
How did they buy you lunch?
If you go to the YouTube channel, and below the text, there's a little dollar sign.
Oh. Okay, and then they somehow put that on their
Same
credit
there.
card.
And then you put send a super chat. Yep, and then it goes right to me. Yep.
Very cool.
I'm not sure if YouTube gets any of cut. I think YouTube might get like 25% or something like that, but I don't think YouTube gets anything though. Never mind. Maybe that was a warning to us when my internet goes. I was like, be ready for the most boring 3 hours you have to sit through for the next half of the day. Because gold here is about to close up in 40 minutes. I doubt that the gold pits were moved gold like yesterday. Remember yesterday they slammed gold. What was it like? $4 yesterday on the COMEX close. I doubt that's gonna happen today. Again, it's Friday. So what are you doing? Astro Farmer, are you thinking about shorting via Lab D here? Like which plan?
Shorting XPI.
You're shorting XBI. What was that just talked? Was that Carnage? What was that? Anyone else shorting Lab D right now? Or shorting via Lab D?
I'm watching it. If it comes down a little more, I may take a position.
Yeah, see right now, Astro Farmer, if I had to make a position right now, I would still hold. I'll be just waiting here for that I'll just wait.
That's what I'm doing. If it gets down around the 30s, I'm going to take a position.
Like although it's pushing against resistance right now, that 79.25, I don't trust it because it's showing forms of breakout. That 15-minute MACD is kind of worrying me a little bit if I were to short here, that it can just rip to 79.60. Because what I think it wants to do is retest the highs of the day around 79.60. So if you wanted to wait for a short, maybe you could just sit in your hands, because the Qs are going up, right? So we're looking at the Qs going up. We're looking at Dow Jones going up. We're looking at pretty much all the equity markets going up. So that's why I'm also a little hesitant. Previously, when we shorted, the equity markets were deep in the red. So that's why when they're back over even, that's why I'm a little hesitant to short 79.25. Even though it's resistance, I think this might go up to at least 79.60. Maybe that's a better short up there. But yeah, it's not supported right now with the other equities. U.S. oil still going sideways. U.S. oil also looks pinned. It tried to break down today, tried to break out today. Again, it's pinned. The price looks like it wants to stay at 43 flat. SPX QQQ, again, QQQ near their highs of the day. SPY just off its highs of the day. Just watch and watch and watch and see what happens here. Again, that big sell-off was completely bought up during lunch. That's why I think it's going to be a no-nothing day. We're going back to just where we started in the day. Right? Where we started. It's really no difference. Like nothing happened. As if the last 4 hours never happened. That's why I think nothing's going to happen for the rest of the day. Although I think JNUG might do some backflips here. Not sure in what direction, but I think JNUG might. Yep, they're selling gold into the close here. Looks like 45 minutes. Gold just lost his pivot at 12.55. So watch out for JNUG, guys. Watch it. The thing is, JNUG is not responding here. So it might be a good long here if JNUG drops down. It might be a good long. I have supports here, 33, looks like 33.80 and 34.05 is the top. For GXJ, that is. And everything looks flat, sideways. See, it's breaking out just a little bit here. I don't really trust this breakout. I think it's gonna go up a little higher and then it's gonna fail. I don't think it's one of those. It looks like it's like there's no push, right? There's no volume behind this breakout. I think this might fall back on its face, but I'm just gonna let this go up a little bit. But I'm not gonna short it. That's the thing. I already hit my target. I don't want to lose money and stress myself out on a Friday. So I'll make sure this goes up to maybe 79.60 here. I'll see what happens. Anyone got anything fun for the weekend? I'm going to this festival called ComFest, like a community festival. It's like a hippie festival in Columbus, and everyone goes to the park downtown and reads poetry to each other and shit like that. So that's what I have planned for this weekend. What about you guys?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that could beat that.
Last time I went, it was like this girl on the microphone, and she had this poem about vaginas.
Oh my god!
It's one of those. It's like straight up hippie festival.
You know, supposedly there's an E-mini NASDAQ biotechnology index futures contract, and I can't find a freaking symbol for it anywhere.
That's pretty much what Lab U and Lab D is. I think that it tracks the biotech. And I think that E-mini is tracking the exact same thing.
I mean, like a futures contract, though. I mean, without trading the actual stock symbols.
Yep. There's got to be one.
Well, it says biotechnology index futures contract specs. It tells me everything except what I can't find the fucking trading now.
E-mini. CME.
Yeah,
it's
CME
BIO.
Yeah, I tried that. I can't come up with anything in my Thinkorswim for BIO or B or anything.
Maybe because they don't offer you it.
Yeah, I guess. The CME page really pisses me off though, because they don't list the trading, the basic trading symbols for each thing they talk about.
Maybe TOS doesn't have that then. You got to pay for that. Pay to trade.
I guess.
Dude, I can't believe this lady I used to trade with, $1,000 per tick.
No way. Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's what she said. Remember the Sophia girl that we always talked about? $1,000 per tick on E-minis. That's what she was looking at.
She must have been trading 100 contracts at a time. Jesus. I don't even like $12.50 a tick. I like the $6 to $10 ticks.
An E-mini is just a futures contract of these ETFs, pretty much.
Well, it's just a different division, like GC being gold, the full contracts, and then they have the E-mini gold contracts that are just broken down into less money per tick and less. Just still follows the same gold spot.
Oh God, Sharon, do you really want to know the ticker? Going to be up 24/7 hours trading.
Yeah, just like me, you described my life before, talking about 4 hours sleep and stuff.
Do you guys have a ticker?
I mean, like the ticker ES is a simple one.
Yeah, S&P.
But the thing with Schwab, you have to go to Option Express to trade futures. I don't think Schwab can handle futures. You have to go to the Option Express, which is their other company.
Hey, Jerry, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Let me. I'm gonna ask you something about a city. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Okay.
I forgot the city name, but I'm gonna look it up right now.
Sorry, I'm gonna run to the kitchen real quick. I'll be right back.
Biotech breaking up. Astro, you see what I mean? See what I mean, Astro? That's why I'm very hesitant on that short right there. So I think this next resistance 79.58, 79.60. Yep. So again, MACD was turning bullish. This was bullish. It just popped up a few cents. Let this go up. Let the divergence play out. Let the let's look for the double top here. Again, Qs are supporting the Qs, SPY, and Dow Jones, and IWM are all supporting the breakout here in biotech. That's why I said, hey man, sit on your hands. You probably be better that way. So indeed, it is going up. However, you know, this might be a good part to this might be a good place to short. A break above 79.60. You gotta look at the relative strength, man. If you don't look at the relative strengths, it's hard to trade just one index on its own. You gotta look at the other ones as well. They're all brothers and sisters. They all play together. Sometimes they don't play nicely, but most of the times they do. So COMEX here closes 35 minutes. The gold pits close in 35 minutes.
So here's something technical from Stock Twits. This lady says you have to be smoking something pretty strong to be jumping into XBI today. Correction is coming. LOL.
And look what's going up right now. XBI is going up. It's in the positive. I think there's going to be one more trick to flush out the shorts. One more trick, and then they get their claws in at the highs. So let's double check on what next week brings us. Fundamental report wise. We get durable goods on Monday. We get consumer confidence on Tuesday. We get pending home sales on Wednesday in crude. Thursday, we get GDP. Oh my God. And we got a lot of Japanese data Thursday night as well. And Chinese data. Friday, we have a lot of European data. And we have, of course, CPE. And personal spending. Holy fuck. Next week is going to be packed full of fundamental reports. Every single day, 8:30, something is going to have fun coming out. Yep, so it looks like... Go ahead.
I was going to say it'll be a lot of pre-market action.
A lot of pre-market action. Next week, literally every single morning, we have some U.S. data. It looks like on Thursday night, we had some extreme Japanese data. On Friday, we have extreme European data. So just, we should start the week hitting heavy, and it should last throughout the week. The fundamental reports definitely will have some kind of factor on the price here. So again, look for the housing to be possibly a miss. Today was a beat, but looking for Wednesdays to be a miss. But I'm not too sure what GDP is. I'm not too sure what exactly what the GDP read is. But I gotta double check. Anyway, XOE is a sector. Again, I am not bullish on oil and gas. The only things I would recommend buying right now, if you were to want to go into oil and gas, would be the large caps. That's it. And XOE is composed of the large caps. So, you know, you can possibly long here. But for me, I just by looking off the XOE chart, I just think this thing can go a lot lower. Right? Look at this channel. We broke out of the channel.
Yeah.
Because look, the lows for LabD are all the way back here at $50. So your question is, are you willing to take a 10% haircut of what you have right now? Or even more of a 10%? That's like a 20% haircut, right? Almost, or actually 15% haircut. So right now, if you're able to hold in your lunch at 15% minus 15%, go for the long here. It's probably the best value right now. But yeah, definitely I start looking to add big cap, Exxon, et cetera, et cetera. The big guys in your oil and gas if you haven't gotten to that point yet. But yeah, honestly, if you it's all a preference. Is how much pain what your outlook is. Obviously, if you're a short-term trader going all in XLE, I'll probably tell you to wait. But if you're a long-term trader, 10-year trader, I can probably say actually probably gonna be a good buy here. But I'm looking towards more of the under $60 level for XLE. Under 60 would be a great buy for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I got it 60 even last year. It was sweet, man. Sold it at 74.
That should be a very good one up below 60.
I hope that happens again, man.
Essentially, we're capitalizing on other people's mistakes of longing too early. Because again, oil I think needs to double bottom. 27 is a real deal, man. 27. Okay, when the oil goes in the 30s, the stock market's gonna show a lot of weakness because that's when people start getting doubts and fears. Because right now, 45 oil appears to be normal for some people, but once we get into those 30s, man, that panic's gonna start setting in. Essentially, going like, why aren't we using enough oil? Is there not enough growth? Is there inflation? Right? If we're hiking rates when there's no inflation, that's bad. We're gonna have the emergency rate hike backwards. Emergency rate cut. It's not even that high. It's 1%, right? Like they only hiked it four times, or a little bit over 1%.
On Biotech, do you think this is a reversal to the downside on the daily? That's what I'm showing.
Oh, before I change off this XOE chart, it's already falling out the channel. It's already out of the channel. No. Weekly looks very bullish. I think we start chopping here. This is about the time XBI starts chopping.
The weekly looks like that candle is going to come down a bit.
Weekly looks pretty strong to me, in my opinion. So I'd much rather see a double top here and just short that shit. I think my puts are just be worthless by the end of by the next week. Damn, my puts have gone down so much. Should have closed them when they popped hard on Tuesday. But I was really looking for that reversal. Because that on 2 days ago it showed a perfect reversal and then just blew it out the water with this healthcare talk. If they can't get a vote in by next Friday for the healthcare thing, Biotech's gonna crash because that's when Mitch McConnell he wants to get it done before July 4th, right? Biotech starting to come down. Are the Qs coming down too? Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. Gold is going up as well, another 30 minutes or so. I'm going to take a little break here. I'll be right back.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
I see a ticker for random length lumber futures. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Wait, did you just say random length?
Yeah, that's what it's called. Random length lumber futures.
Like scrap wood?
Random length, whatever that means.
Let me know when you see the OJ contracts.
It's hilarious.
You should be trading orange juice futures. You live down in Florida. Get the inside scoop.
Yeah, I'm too far south, man. That's Orlando and up.
Yeah, the oil report comes out every day at 1 o'clock, Frank. Or every Friday, I'm sorry. Every Friday. I don't see the number pop up on any of my consoles, though, so there might be a little delay here. And I don't like I don't like how like these public. It's again, this is a private report technically. This is by Baker Hughes, right? Which is a private company. Baker Hughes down today too. See Rob, what Rob just said. Rob just said he's bullish on fixed length lumber. How do you even fucking? I wonder what, dude. That must be scrap wood or something. If they're doing like construction, they just need some like some random pieces of. I have no idea what that is, to be honest.
That's why I thought it was interesting.
Oh, okay. This is what random lumber length is.
You looked it up. You're such a geek.
That's just lumber. It's just lumber. And they just call it random length. 110,000 feet of random length 2x8s. 8 feet to 20 feet. So essentially it's 24 2x4s, but they're not cut up. Right?
Right. I guess the housing would have something to do with that too. You know, all the housing reports probably affect that. I'll have to watch that ticker sometime.
What does it look like today with the housing report? It should be going up then, right? It should have at least jumped a little bit today. Is it positive?
I don't know. I really didn't look into it that far or look up a chart or anything.
Let me check. Since I'm curious. Oh, lumber futures up 10% or 0.1% today. Look, would you look at that? Up 0.1%.
Well, today wasn't new homes though. I don't think, right?
It was new homes. Yeah, it was new homes. So that makes sense.
Oh, that makes sense.
However, it looks like it was like in backwardation or something. I don't know.
What contract is settled with this week, probably? We need to build an ETF or something ourselves, just so we can collect the fees on it. Like, is there a beer ETF or something?
Probably is. Well, hops ETF. Hops commodities definitely. Hops are definitely commodity traded.
How about weed, man? That's not even that. I mean, that's somebody's got to be figuring that one out now.
It's probably going to be on the Canadian exchange. Weed futures. I bet you that's going to be on Canada's futures.
But I mean, there are companies now. They're not real solid, but there are companies to build something out of. I don't know.
It's just that weed is a federal thing, and all the weed things these days is state operated. So it's state versus federal. Federal always wins when it comes to the stock market.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
I mean, the day. Okay, so Jerry, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The day that a marijuana becomes legal in the United States, you don't the amount of people that are going to be trying to be investing in weed is to be so many. It's like it could be a Bitcoin like frenzy. So if you're the first one in, you can ride that pretty high. I'm waiting for the day they legalize a weed so I can just make a bunch of money trading a weed ETF. As stupid as it sounds, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I think so too. That's why I keep wanting to throw a couple hundred here and there into a lot of these weed stocks.
Oh, not right now though. Definitely not right now. Until the day it's confirmed, and then let's just say like a biotech. No, not biotech company. Let's say like Philip Morris buys out a big. Like how there's like blue e-cig or blue e-cig or whatever it was, right? Those, right? So what if like Philip Morris bought like a big marijuana producer in the marijuana world, or like that makes marijuana products, right? I'll be invested in Philip Morris.
Yeah, they're waiting for that day, man, because cigarettes are kind of on the lull, I think, for them.
I think that's what the cigarette companies are going to do. They're going to switch from, old school cigarettes with fire to new school cigarettes with vaporizers and marijuana.
Probably. I just hope I can get it on the ground floor.
Dude, I can't believe this marijuana thing is fucking taking longer than gay marriage. So stupid.
It's all taxation, brother. That's why. When the feds figure out how to regulate it and tax it, that's why we had prohibition in the 20s, because everybody was making it in their basement and selling it in the speakeasies. The feds didn't like it. Once they figured out how to regulate it, track it, control it, and tax it, all of a sudden it became legal again. And I think weed will be the same way. When they figure out how to encompass all the parameters, especially taxation and movement and regulation, then it'll become legal. I mean, certainly looking at how alcohol destroys things in this country, from mines to accidents, they certainly can't think weed is any worse.
Well, Jeff Sessions thinks it's worse than heroin.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot. I agree. Oh, John just told you brew. BREW. Brew.
Thanks, John.
Is that one? I don't know. I never. BREW. Craft Brew Alliance.
Everybody's so fucking bored. They're latching on to any conversation. I guess XBI ran out of steam. I was hoping for a strong push past 79, 45, 43.
Yeah, looks like dog doo-doo right now. Dow Jones just came negative. I was looking for just a little bit more oomph, but this looks like a bit bull trap then. So 79.60 is what I was looking for. Didn't get there. Now it's coming back down. If it breaks down below 79, if it breaks down below 79, if you want to short now, at least this is some kind of confirmation. Because if you switch to 30-minute here, or I'm sorry, the 1 hour here shows absolute reversal. So that's a confirmation, the bear trap. So again, Astro Farmer in here, if you want to short now, We have now confirmation that price no longer wants to go up on the 1 hour. So you might want to wait for the next time it goes to 79.25 in short, or just essentially just short it right now and just have a stop loss at the top of that candle. So if I was shorting this at this exact position, 79.19, I go short here, I put in my short, I estimate a few ticks above my stop loss, and I count what my profit loss ratio is if it were to go back to the down to the day. So if my profit loss ratio is down to the higher lows to here, that fits perfectly 2.5 to 1 stop loss ratio. So essentially, if you're entering a trade right now, 2.5 loss ratio, you're on the upside, you make 1%. On the downside, you lose about a little less than 0.5%. So that's your risk loss right here if you were to enter. But just make sure you set that stop well. Right? You can even make it a flat 2 if you wanted to. Right at resistance. That's if I were to short exactly at 79.19. But I'm not going to do it. I already have my trades in for the day. I'm going to take the back seat on this one. I don't want to be stressed out into Friday.
No, you're good, man. You made your money today.
Yeah. We good. GXJ, gold is closing here, 12 minutes here. I actually might end the day late because honestly, everything looks like it's moving like molasses now, sideways. If we don't get anything action in the next 1.5 hours, I'm gonna sign off here because I don't expect anything. Like I can tell it's molasses how currencies are trading right now. Like this is what we have to sit through for UJ for the last for the last 3 hours. Right. Currencies usually tell the tape, or is the tail of the tape. Let's go to TOT real quick. Let me just double check on bonds. And look at that. Bio's going down here, but TOT is down just slightly, 0.12, point down 0.17%. Let me go to XBI. Whose little doggy was just freaking out? It's Ryan's little doggy, little puppers. Yeah, what else am I gonna do? Heavy storm, smoke a bunch of weed, pass out. Get drunk at 1:20.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Actually, right now I'll be in the middle of the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. $630 for a 65 gigabyte memory upgrade. Wait, 64 gigabyte? Why do you need 64 gigabytes of memory? Why would you need 64? Why would anyone need that much? Although I was pushing my 16 gigabytes to pretty hard yesterday. I was pushing it to 13 out of the 16 gigabytes were being used yesterday. That's the highest it ever went.
Virtual machines, dude.
Like I've never pushed it. I was playing a video game, and it used up almost half of my i7 too. That's one thing I don't understand. I have this awesome processor. It rarely even goes above 50. Like 50% usage. You have 32. What do you do, Rob? What do you do? What's your daytime job? Or what do you do on it for fun? A lot of graphics and stuff? Gotcha. $64 is incredible. Wow. PTLA, did it just pop or something? You know, I'll start looking at these penny stocks because I have nothing else to do. Just let me know if you guys want to see one of my charts for oil or anything like that. Oil, gas, Q, SPY, just whatever you guys are trading. You guys want to see my charts. But I'm going to go off on a tangent and start looking at random stuff. I have none of the. I just know Photoshop. 1,000 Chrome tabs. 32 and it's getting slow. Holy shit. What kind of graphics processor do you guys work with? Like, what's your do you guys get like the very best? The top of the line? Was it like 1090s, right? NVIDIA 1090s. Sounds intensive. Do you use the same computer to trade? All right, be right back. This thing's clogged. Be right back. 1080. I have I'm running a 380 in my computer, Radeon 380X or whatever it is. But yeah, PTLA is only up 0.5%. I thought it was gonna be some crazy stock going up. So that's why I'm not putting it up Austin. I'll put it up if it starts to become interesting, but it looks like it's paused right now, up only 0.5%. I think Jerry uses a Mac here to trade.
Yep.
I had a MacBook in college just because, you know, when you're in college, you gotta look cool. Thus, you have to have a MacBook or you're gonna be made fun of. So, I had a MacBook there, but dude, the functionality of the MacBook sucked. I mean, maybe because I didn't use it for its intended uses, as in you guys do a lot of like graphics manipulation and such. But for me, for regular work, Word, Excel, Chrome, etc., I mean, it was nice to look at, but I'd much rather just pay the same amount of price and get a laptop that's a little better in performance.
I don't know. I have all that on my Mac. I just bought the software. All I know about Macs is I've only had 2 in 20 years, and they give me free software upgrades constantly when they come out. And anything I plug into it, it works. Whatever I deletes. I have no file break. It's Windows just is nothing but a problem for me. So I feel like my Macs just fix themselves.
Yeah, that's the thing about Macs. You don't really get errors with them.
No, when you delete, if you don't like something, you delete it, it deletes it completely. It doesn't say, oh, this file's missing now for another program and all this crap. About once a year, they come out with a new OS. They give it to you for free generally, and it doesn't change anything. I don't care what I plug into it, it works, and almost immediately. It's not like Windows, oh, can't find this port, can't find that, doesn't know this driver. Such bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of preference. For me, PC, a lot of programs. See, for me, a lot of programs I would want to work on the Mac will just that want to work on the PC just will never be compatible for my Mac. So that's why I just ditched my Mac. I got gaming computer, gaming everything, get nice software on my stuff. But it's just I'd much rather sacrifice because I know I'm pretty good with computers, so I don't need to. I know where I don't need to go to get those viruses and such. So.
Right. Well, like I say, it's personal preference.
Yep. And plus, I don't like how the customization is just better on PC, like way better. No one can doubt that. I like the ability to interchange a lot, and I don't like the concept where you just put it, especially the things like the iPhone. Like this is probably my last iPhone I ever buy because. Like they're just making it so it's like it's so exclusive. Like with the new iPhones, they don't have a USB thing or they don't have a headphone jack. Like although it's cool when I use Bluetooth headphones, sometimes I do need to plug in physical headphones.
That's a weird thing for me is I can't think of using anything but Mac on desktop because it feels so liberating. But yet I use an Android phone because the iPhone feels so limiting.
Yep, they're two different things. Yep.
Are you using Windows 10e?
Yep. Yes, I am. You're using like Windows XP, bro, right?
Server 2008 R2.
Oh, that's right, server.
I think XP was the best, man.
Yeah, you do know that like every keystroke you're putting in on your computer goes to Microsoft as
I disabled
part of
it. Right, I can disable it, right? I think I disabled it.
I still have XP.
You still have XP?
Yes, I can't stand those new ones.
7 is decent as far as anything after XP, but 7's the last decent one.
You're gonna get randomware, Skyper.
Oh, I've got my I've got a good
You got Mac, right? I think I remember you telling me you have a Mac though.
well, I have a Mac desktop. I have a PC laptop. And I run my Charles Schwab off of the Mac, and you said that it's delayed. But sometimes I think that mine is actually faster than yours. Because when you say something is a certain price, I'd already seen that price and has gone on. So sometimes I think it is delayed, but sometimes I think it's faster.
I think what's happening is the price is changing fast, and by the time I see the price, it's not the time I say the price. If that makes sense.
Right. True.
Like because I'm looking down my list, and I'm literally
it changes
like memorizing.
So fast.
Yeah. So that's probably why. And sometimes I even with the percentages, I round a lot with the percent. Like if it's up like 0.39%, I'll just say up 0.4% sometimes. No, we're talking about Discord chat. Discord chat is instant here.
That's nice.
This feed should be delayed at the most 15. I should be like 5. I have very good internet as well. I don't know about you, Skyper. I have very good internet here too as well.
Yeah, I've only got about maybe a 3-second lag between Discord and YouTube.
I have great internet as long as my husband's not streaming some video at the same time.
It's a porn.
So as soon as he turns it on, I'm like going, you try to do a refresh and you can't get it, and I'm like, come on.
Tell him to watch Jerry Springer on TV instead.
Gee, sounds like satellite internet.
You don't have very good internet then, because I could stream some serious porn and still stock trade.
Well, we're at the highest that Verizon. Let me see, what is it? It's not Verizon. It's what is it? Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast. I have their. I think I have their highest residential. It's 99 to 100 megabytes per second.
But I've got 5 going. I've got my iPhone. I've got the 2 pads, and then the Mac and the.
I would say you need
Yeah,
at
but
least
they're not
25 MBs.
And the laptop. So I mean, and so when it goes to the 6th one, and he's trying to get, Fox TV or something like that, it's kind of like, oh, man.
So you're taxing out your router ports then, basically.
Yeah, and I've got a router just for me too.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like you're not simultaneously using all of them at once, doing stuff, are you?
Oh yeah, I have all of them going all the time.
Yeah, but a lot of that stuff's just sucking little kilobytes of information, so it should be nothing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not running 5 video streams simultaneously. You're not actively using internet on them all at once, right?
I've got 3 basically up inside my Charles Schwab. I've got 3 running continuously. On my PC, I only have the YouTube and it's another Charles Schwab one. Oh, I have something else there too. I must have FinViz. Yeah, I have FinViz there. And then
maybe this is a router problem because just sitting on Charles Schwab's website doesn't, do anything once the page is loaded. You're not using internet bandwidth.
And then I've got the gold chart going. And then I've got real-time stock tracker.
XBI is ripping.
It is ripping. That's why I didn't short.
Okay.
I have a problem with AT&T not rate limiting my speed so much, but limiting the number of simultaneous connections. Being someone who likes to use darknet routers and stuff, pretty much, you have to rely on connecting to hundreds of different systems, and sometimes, if you have a couple of them running, going for several hundred systems, and your ISP just limits me.
Can you make a video on that darknet thing for browsers and how to? That's an interesting subject to me.
Jerry's trying to hire Hitman.
I just want to see what I can see, man. I don't get the whole thing.
You just want a darknet safari, pretty much, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. I just want to go around and search for weird shit or find out the difference between the darknet or the other side,
Jerry's up to something. Scheming.
No, I'm almost up to retirement. That's all I'm trying to do.
He's about to order kilos of cocaine straight from Colombia. He's about to be the king of Fort Lauderdale.
6 months, baby. I'm a free man.
But yeah, you need first. Do you have Tor on your computer? Jared, do you have Tor?
And you'll find out how crazy you get when you're retired. I mean, you never have any time.
Oh, I'll have lots of time. Hey, what is it? Tori? What'd you say?
TOR.
Yeah, Tor browser bundle is probably what you're going to be playing with at first for a while.
So just Google TOR and download that web browser.
Yeah, I'll check it out this weekend.
Essentially, they can't track who you are with the browser, and it gives you the ability to. I don't know how they do it, but it gives you the ability to browse the dark web.
Okay, well, pretty much about the only major adversary I could think of that might have the resources is the NSA itself, only because they probably are tapped into the backbones directly and can do timing correlations. But the way it works is it bounces traffic between multiple what are called relays, but each point, it's encrypted from each other relay in an onion-like fashion, which is why this is called an onion network. and only the relays know where they got to pack it from and where it needs to go. They don't know where it actually originates or ends.
Okay.
Oh shit, PTLA is up, 44%. Crazy. Let's go to PTLA. Look at that.
It was developed by the United States Navy and then essentially released to open domain.
The same as the regular internet.
Crazy, right? Up 45%. Crazy. Again, I would not recommend chasing after this. We're just watching it because it's fun. They have an FDA approved drug, right, Sam?
That must be what spiked XBI.
Do you think how big is this pharmacy? This pharmacy is 2.2 billion, another small market cap. Maybe it's just running with this news. I don't know. Damn, this is a big spike. It's popping up here. Look at the 1 minute here.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching. Getting ready to buy some Lab D here.
I think Lab D would be a great buy here, I think. But anyway, this is popping up here.
633.
Yeah, that double top looks like that double top. It wants it. The other thing is, Jerry, I don't think I wouldn't be comfortable holding it over the weekend. That's the thing. I don't know. I don't know about the weekend.
Well, I mean, the serious high for XBI is 90, and it's going to be at 80 here. So I mean, I don't think there's that much pain even holding it, And if it does top its own high, I don't know how long it would stay there, but I'm probably going to end up holding unless this thing drops at the end of the day.
Looks like a PTLA. Looks like it's the bull run is over here. Let's go back to XBI. Weird. They both popped pretty hard a few minutes ago, so possibly a good short here. Let me check out the 15. Yeah, I do like this short here.
Yeah, I just like the 15.
I might actually short here. Actually, it's just I need to see a reversal or something confirmation. I don't want to jump into this
Yeah, I don't want you blaming me for anything.
630. Yeah, I'm gonna sit out here. It's just because it's not. See, the next resistance for me is at It's at $80 pretty much.
I'm purely here for entertainment.
Yeah, I feel like if it goes up, 0.08 and hits at $80, it's gonna come back down. But I'm not gonna short this. I'm not gonna short this. It did break out. I'm not gonna short this. The 15-minute MACD is turning up. We have breakout here. We're near the double top. I may be a little cheap here, but because I don't want to short. But honestly, I think this is a good play to short right here via Lab D. The double top is actually looking very good. That's actually there now. Thank you for that information, Sam. So if anyone wants to check out if you guys like the biotech stuff, that's a runner right there, up 44% right out the gate. Qs and SPY are floating up as well. JNUG is floating up as well. It looks like it's buy everything. Mara. Again, I don't trade penny stocks, so my input might be, or I don't know if it's a penny. Well, it sounds like a penny stock. Yep, looks like a penny stock. Smells like a penny stock. What is that right now? I don't get this updated because it's not on the NYC ARCA feed. It's at 35 cents right now. Looks approximately right. I see a bull flag here. It's sitting on support. It's sitting on support, bro. 33 to 33 here. 32. If you force me to make a bet here, I think it goes higher. I think it looks like there's support here. 36, 35. As long as it's above 36. That's my quick take on it. 36 is the key pivot.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Are you guys thinking about shorting XBI?
It looks pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's looking pretty ripe. Like, I don't see it going much past 80 into the weekend.
If it hits 80, I think. See, the thing is, I already made my target, so I'm kind of like hesitant. But I'm literally like biting my tongue, wanting to short this right now.
If you short, I'll hop in with you 100%.
I just grabbed 1,000 shares just for the hell of it.
See, I missed the entry right there. I'm not. You can go short. I'm supporting decision. That's a good choice. JNug, you almost new high of the day. JNug almost new high of the day. JNug breaking out. JNug breaking out. JNug new high of the day. Okay, back to XPI. 1980 is what I sold. 1981. So if you want to go short here, man, I completely support your decision. I just think that's very right for back. I can short it back down probably to the 79.25 level. I think the market's gonna, dude. There's no way there has enough steam. I think everything's going sideways, sideways. Yeah, like I think JNug is about to go sideways as hell right now.
I would love to see 80-20 on this, man. That would be a nice double top. Come on, Bio, you can do it. Let's give 20 cents. Let's go. I mean, 34 cents. Let's go.
Yep. So on the 15s, make a nice rejection here, guys.
Yeah.
$30. Again, this is the first 15 of the hour. We should have the 30 closing up in 15 minutes. So just watch out for the rejection candle. But that 15 looks like it's not a strong reversal candle, but we might see the stronger one appear on the 30-minute. So just watch this. So Jerry, for you, I have support at 79.59 for XBI. So 15 cents down from here support. That's for XBI, not LabD.
Right. 79.59. I'm working on my chart now.
By the way, guys, if you like my videos today and my trades, hit subscribe and the bell button. You'll be notified of whenever I am on. If you like today's video, just throw me a thumbs up. That's all I ask in return. Thank you guys for being here, all 132 of you guys. Sorry for the delay we had in the middle of the day when my power went out, or when my Wi-Fi went out. I'm not sure what happened, but We're still here trading. Looks like XBI wants to double top out here in the afternoon. Again, this is going to get pulled back to, I think, 0. At least to support 79.25. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, shit. So, guys, JNUG new high, 1982. Did anyone enter that XBI short other than Jerry? Did you short Carnage?
I was really close too. I just wanted to see it hit that 80 mark, but it didn't.
It's so close. They always make you wait, and then almost there. That's why I like going in early than late. That's why people always joke. I don't know if you ever heard. It's called the 25K trading rule. Whenever I say my trade, wait 5 minutes, you get a better entry. Because I tend to go
Funny.
early first. I always go low early. But sometimes it's either early or right to the dot. Because a lot of times they stop it right before resistance or right before support. And I'm able to get it right on the dot. So it looks like it's magical. I got the exact bottom or exact top. But in reality, I just anticipated the move and got in. But then sometimes
Yeah.
that fucks me sometimes too. Austin, I'm holding JNUG, bro. I've been holding this JNUG bag for how long? And guess what? It's almost back to even.
Yeah, you're what, like 20 and change on that?
I've been holding this shit for a month. Am I scared of decay? No. Well, yeah. It's decay probably cost me $300 to hold this, right? But I'm still like it's not hurting me that bad. So I still have this JNUG. I am holding mine because I like to I like to hold some because like it's like it gets me interested. So if I see that shit pop up on my console, I'm like, yeah, that's what we're looking at JNUG here today. Otherwise, I might forget. That's why I tell you guys to remind me because my memory's not that great. Multiple times, right? It goes up and goes down. I'm looking for the breakout. I'll let you know when JNUG's 40. I'll take 100% gains on it. 3 months from now.
That'd be sweet.
Right. A lot of just that's the thing about these 3x's. It's like almost like this is the option. Your option's going to decay over time too. But if you hit the option big, you make a lot of money.
I don't think we're going to see more than 25 or so in JNUG in the future.
I'm just looking at previous prices for JNUG, and if tech crashes, that money's going to rotate in something to miners, like into miners.
You know, XBI looks like it's trying to build up steam again. If that thing hits 80 or 80.20, I'm going to grab 100 times leverage on the futures ladder here and ride that down a few ticks. Here we go. Come on, baby. Push it. Let's go. Nice clean double top.
So I'm assuming that you already closed your short.
No, I still have it. I'm going to ride it out. I mean, I could have closed it there for $200, but I think this is all going to sink back. If not today, Monday, it should go back in the low 70s. I think again.
I think we're just chop all next week. It's gonna be the worst week trading ever next week.
Yeah, it could be.
I think there's going to be no clear direction with all those reports coming out.
If I get something then this far to one side, though, I don't mind holding. I mean, I've held JNUG and things like that for 2-3 months at a time and came out on top.
The thing is that I'm more worried about them about the Feds doing the budget tightening. So far, we see the market sell off, and we're still not near those highs since the sell off. I just want to see why the opinion has not yet changed to be sell securities instead of buy securities, even with the Fed messing around, right?
Yeah, market sentiment's a little hard to read right now.
Like if you look at TOT right now, TOT is like up a lot since the last few weeks, but you see that
Right.
like the equity markets. So guys, bonds and equities should be opposites of each other. Technically, they should. Right, because equities are technically risky because you can lose money. Bonds are less risky, or not that risky. Right. Obviously, the only way you can lose.
That major money usually rotates between both back and forth in those two sectors.
Yep, and also for a foreign exchange as well. So the money that these algorithms, the computers have, are always changing hands. Always like if it flows out of equities, it flows into bonds, and when they pull money out bonds, it flows into equities. That's why we look at TOT a lot when the markets. Guys, I got an important call. I'm sorry. I got to back out here.
Oh yeah, here we go, XBI. Let's get that 80-20.
Yeah, I'm right here with you. I'm thinking people take profits before the weekend, so a short above 80 on XBI into close should be safe, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I've already got it set up. I'm gonna do it on my futures ladder where I got a little leverage. Try to grab it up there too.
This time though, I'm definitely thinking it goes a little above 80 at least.
Yeah, it depends on how voracious it breaks, I guess. Because what's 80-20 is the other peak, I think.
Thing to check right now is that stock you guys were talking about, PTLA. I guess it's included in XBI there. That's halted. It was going down straight. Now it's coming back up a bit. Reason why XBI is coming back up. So I don't think it's gonna like fly into close. Wouldn't make any sense.
I mean, that stock's probably not even what XPI is tracking though, you know. I mean, that's a small company, I think.
I could check it. It's probably included in XBI to some weight.
Okay, I made 0.5%, 1%, something.
Yeah, but I mean that 40 obviously would affect it.
Right. The bio longs are going to try to push this, man. They're hard working on it now.
Yeah, it really does look like it's running out of steam though. I'm starting to get a little skeptical about it going above 80.
Yeah, that's why I'm not worried about holding it over the weekend. I mean, I can't see it. Even if it opened a little higher, it's not going to be anything drastic, I don't think. And if anything else, it'll probably open gap down a bit.
Yeah.
Depending on what happens end of the day. Still got 2 more hours of trade. Hopefully they can bust this thing up to 80 at least.
Yeah, 80 is just unrealistic when you consider how much it's moved this week. So I agree with that. A gap down into next week on realistic news. I'm not sure.
Well, June itself, I read last night, had a huge amount of FDA approvals and a bunch of other stuff, which makes sense for bio. They said July has a lot less and then much less after that. So, you know, even if anybody gets caught holding a bag here, it's not going to be for too long, I don't think.
Yeah. The thing that scares me about bio, and I'm sure scares most people looking to short or shorting, is that all-time high around 90 and how fast it closed that gap to 80. I just can't help but wonder if this thing's actually looking to stretch to 90.
Yeah, but even that's not a superior amount of pain if you're holding a bag, you know, $10, and then it comes back down.
Yeah, there's gonna be some reality hitting the markets in the near future, I would think. It's just getting so bloated, it's stupid.
That's what I think. That's why my long account, man, I've been steering cash and buying nothing but miners the last 6 months of my long account. I don't like paper gold issues like GLD and stuff like that. I'd rather buy actual miners. Yeah, she's losing steam here now. Should have grabbed that last green candle. Bulls are just being smart, waiting to sell toward the end of the day, waiting for any new bulls to come in with new money here at the top.
Yeah, it's definitely looking trappy. Like they just want to see like what kind of idiots would pour more money into this right now and hold over the weekend? Like, that's just so unrealistic. If people actually think like that, then the market's just fucked.
Yeah, well, you look at some of these green buy volumes, man. So somebody's feeling that way.
The news is
News
is probably just pumping bio right now.
Oh yeah, everything it's trending and money rotation and stuff. It's mostly sentiment and bandwagon, though. You know, a few things start happening positive, and all of a sudden, all the retail jumps on board.
Yeah. I think the low LabD low yesterday was like 6.21. Yeah, God, it's so indecisive right now. Above 80, that is gonna scare the shit out of so many people holding shorts.
I'm hoping these last. I'm hoping that's what happened was this last 80-20 squeeze was a short squeeze, and this was another confirmation. Well, here we go again. Let's see what this is gonna bring.
Yeah, okay. Let's see that 80, a little above 80, and I'm just gonna hop in and we'll see what happens.
All right, JNUG gone wild. It's $20. I'm gonna be even on this trade soon. Soon, my friends.
Yeah, I'm good. Glad, man. Strong hands. That does it.
So it looks like decay. So it looks like the decay on JNUG was 30 cents. since the last high, since FOMC. That's how fucked up the decay was.
Yeah, that's some serious money, I guess.
$20. Probably not, Sean. Probably not. I still think this goes higher and higher. Just remember, gold is 1256. Last time we were here, gold was 1294. So what happens now? We go to 1294. GX goes to the moon. I see resistance at 34.27 GDX. Another 10 cents up. I see resistance 10 cents up from here for GXJ. So that call was from the company that's hiring me. So I had to take my time asking them a few questions and such. I won't be starting until mid-August though, guys. I won't be starting until mid-August. So I'll be doing this up until then because again, this is fun for me. And I'll try to experiment with different ways of broadcasting stuff just to see how I can do it without being at my desk and such.
Yeah, congrats on the new position.
Thank you. The only thing is the HI guy had nothing, didn't know anything about what was being reimbursed, and I want to get out. So I'm not going to be in Denver next week, guys. That's not looking like it's going to happen. I'll be in Denver probably next week. I need corporate hell. Corporate hell keeps me in check. I don't want to talk about that right now, Hack City. That's a big decision for me. Frank, what's going to happen is I'm going to buy a property in the hood. So that's going to be my investment property. Hopefully it gets gentrified in the future. The Discord channel will still exist. But dude, this whole channel will exist. A lot of people have been like hyenas wanting to take over this channel. And I've gotten a lot of messages and stuff. This channel, I worked a lot on this. This is not going to anyone else. This is my creative juices. And I know where to keep going on with this. I don't need to have a 7-hour stream to make this my channel. Besides, half the times we're on here, we're talking about our penises and marijuana. So if I cut this down to 2 hours worth of stuff, I'm sure we can squeeze some good stuff out of it too. Yes, Maro, it will be live. The other thing is, Maro, you don't need to, when you're trading with me, the thing about trading is you're not supposed to copy me. You're not supposed to copy me trade for trade, man. Like, if you copy me trade for trade, when I'm gone, it leaves you with nothing. You don't learn anything yourself. So when I'm here, guys, just pick up on my good habits and pick up on my bad habits and see how you can apply those characteristics to yourself. Again, this is an educational and entertainment channel. It's not me trading for you using your money. Yep. That's what I'm saying, Meryl. Just learn, bro. I'll show you. I'll be on probably at nights trading futures, and I'll have a whole different setup. I probably won't even use TradingView anymore. Sean can steal my clones. Yeah, man, these lines I have on my chart are gold. It's pure money. Fibs are pure money. I love this strategy ever since I converted to this.
Mm-hmm. So, E, would you want a 1 or a 2 bedroom condo?
It depends on how much it is. I don't care about the size.
You want as most reasonable as possible, huh?
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna stay in Denver for long. So if I buy a house, it's gonna be purely investment reasons only. I don't need a 2-bedroom. I think I can even live with a studio, to be honest. I really don't care. As long as it has value to it and I'm not throwing away my cash, I'm fine with anything.
Anything downtown is, has value because it's downtown.
Yeah.
Traffic is a nightmare.
I'm looking at
It's like
160,000.
Chicago.
It's like Chicago downtown.
Oh man, I'll tell you, it's really bad now.
In Denver?
So I think that before you decide to come out, I think you want to really look around before you go into a condo downtown. My neighbor bought one and he did very well. He got it pre-market before they built it. And 2 years later, he sold it. But he never got a night's sleep because of the railroad track and being nearby. But it was right by the Rockies Stadium. And he loved being there. He loved the nightlife. But it almost killed him. And he had to turn his whole health situation around.
I'm looking for something
Yeah.
around below $200,000 downtown, which gives me about 500 square feet, 500 600 square feet. That's my budget. I can't go over 200K because I just don't want to. I'm not
So
trying.
you want to buy?
What?
For sure. You want to buy when you come in?
That's what I'm looking to. It's going to be investment. Even if I live there for a year, it's just going to be a rental. It's going to be a diversified. We're trying to diversify pretty much our real estate throughout the United States. So I think one in Denver, especially if the market has, would be good. Even at this late stage here, I'm aware that the prices have been going up 100% like in the last 3 years, but I don't care about that. I think it can go up higher.
Oh, it will.
Again, I don't think the housing bubble's there anymore because there's a bunch of rich people buying houses now. It's not like poor people trying to buy houses on budget or on credit. It's rich people not even tapping into their credit, pretty much buying houses.
They're coming here from California by the droves.
Yeah, it's either going to be my Midwest property is either going to be in Nevada and Las Vegas, or it's going to be in Denver. And since I'm moving to Denver, I think the Denver market's a little better because Las Vegas market is all based on how well the economy is going. So if I think Las Vegas, if we have another recession, Denver might not be hit by hard because everyone's just gonna be unemployed and smoking weed. But over in Las Vegas, they might be a little hurt a little more because the casino, no one's gonna go to the casino and gamble.
Skyper, you're in Denver?
I'm just right outside of Denver in Centennial.
Oh, okay, nice.
I'm over near Park Meadows Mall or I-25 and 470.
Yeah, I know the area. My stepson lives out there.
Is he in Willow Creek?
Is he what?
Is he in Willow Creek?
No, he's like right in the Littleton area.
Oh, okay. That's a nice area too.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's why when I was doing my research online, Lakewood is probably where I'm going to buy it. It's still kind of near downtown, but kind of not, right?
Mm-hmm. You know about Zillow.
I know about Zillow, yep.
You know about Realtor.com.
I use Zillow and Redfin. Right? Redfin's one?
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Redfin with my anything. But Realtor.com also has rentals as well. So,
gotcha.
So that's anyway. If you're going to be here for a short time and then looking for a place because you don't want to just come in and
no, I come in guns blazing, Skyper.
And you're going to buy right away.
I'm either going to do like a 6-month lease to December, or just right away buy it just buy it cash. Here you go. Moving ready? Yes. Let me in. Because even if it's not moving ready and it takes a little bit of time to process, I can just rent a hotel room and my company will cover that. So
Yeah, I would take advantage of that because you'll want to look around a little bit.
Yeah, what are the bad areas of Denver? I want to invest in there actually. What are the not like really bad areas, but like kind of bad areas? You know what I mean?
Well, they've kind of cleaned up the ones that were there a few years back. I'm sure there's still some really bad areas, but what they've done is they've moved them out to Aurora,
That's what
and
I've heard.
they've
Yeah.
flattened the homes, or they've topped the home and put on a second level in a lot of them. And just Denver is just high as a kite. So, I mean, if I could have bought 3 homes in Denver, 20 years ago, I'll even say 25 years ago, maybe, that 36,000, those homes are 400,000 and up now.
For 36,000 like 10, 20 years ago?
Yeah. Because Denver just really took off. And had I known that,
it's weed.
I would have. Yes, it is the weed. It is the weed.
That's why my stepson's out there. He works at a grow house.
Really?
Like the weed?
Yeah.
I have to tell you a story then. Right next door to where my mother-in-law lives, there was a grow house, and we didn't know it was a grow house until they got kicked out. And now it's sold to another person, and now they've moved out and they've rented it out. But I mean, to be that close to a grow house and we never knew it was going on. We knew there was a lot of traffic, but you really want to own the house. You don't want to rent it. You know what I mean? That was kind of not a very smart thing.
Yeah, unless your landlord's into it, I guess.
Yeah, well, they've got rules about it being, close to a school and that kind of thing. So you don't want to be close to a school. There's, I think it's 1,000.
Can't do it. You can't smoke outside, right, in public.
You can't smoke outside in public. Yeah. You can't even smoke on your back patio if other people can see you. But for the most part, downtown, people don't give you a hard time.
Yeah, I walked down Seattle. I walked down Seattle smoking a blunt in February. I don't think not one person batted an eye, and it felt so liberating that I could do that on the city.
Yeah, it's you don't want to do it in the national parks unless you are really hidden well. But or like going up on the ski slope. We back in the day, in the early days, would smoke a joint on the way up and then ski down. Well, that doesn't happen anymore. They have little areas where they go off and smoke their skunk weed, and you can smell it when you're coming down the mountain, but you always go, where in the heck are they,
Yeah, because you don't stop.
But you can get we have our season pass, so you can get your pass taken away for the day, and that's much worse than getting caught smoking. I mean, if they take your season pass in, that's a bummer.
I heard smoking in the federal parks is a huge fine.
Yeah, it really, you just don't want to do that. So
I don't even know how
you'll come out, you'll live and you'll learn, and you'll.
See, I use those e-cigs now, the THC e-cigs. So it's not even like there's no flame, there's no open flame. It's just like a almost electronic cigarette.
Yeah, my neighbor has one of those. I don't even know how you could want to do that in skiing. And talk about wasting a buzz. I mean, Jesus.
Go so slow.
No, No, but I mean, just the effort involved in skiing, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't think, but I don't know.
Well, when you don't ski, if you don't ski well, it can soften the tension so that you relax a little bit more.
Interesting.
And I'm always skiing with somebody who's way better than me. And especially back in those days, everybody was way better than me. I had a 5-year-old ask me if I thought of taking lessons. Yeah, that was one of my favorite days of my life, you know.
When I was growing up, my parents would always go to the winter to the mountains to ski. But I never really liked hanging out with my sister and my parents, so I never went. So I've never skied before in my life. Never skied.
Oh,
before
you'll
in my
have a
life.
good time. You'll have a good time.
Never
I
snowboarded.
would ski it
That's
out
the
there.
best part of living in Colorado. I love it.
I've gone tubing though.
Ever since I moved to Florida, I have to fly to Colorado when I go skiing all the time.
Interesting.
Okay, could some turn? So I'm in Jadis, but I love Colorado, but I hate the legalized marijuana because it's drawn so many people, and I want it back to how it was before.
Get off my porch.
Yes.
Clint Eastwood, you're a female Clint Eastwood. Remember that movie?
I just feel like they Californicated Colorado, and
I'm sure it's
that
even
was
worse than, like,
something that
Oregon.
we fought all through the 60s and all through the 70s was please, please, please don't Californicate Colorado, and then they did.
Yeah, but
And what happened was Californicated Colorado, you know.
Hey, you got a lot more money in your state, though. A lot more money, a lot more wealth to give around.
There is a lot more wealth, but it was supposed to benefit the schools. And I can tell you our property taxes have not changed, not one iota, which we had hoped that if it did, you know, benefit the schools, then at least our taxes would go down.
Oh, so you're looking for other taxes to go down because the marijuana taxes, bring it in that instead.
Well, we pay for our, you know, local schools, so that's probably 50% of our.
It made your property
of
tax
our
go
property
up.
tax.
Right, your property tax should go up with the valuation of your home, and so with all these people buying homes around you, it makes your home more valuable. But that essentially it doesn't matter because if you already paid off your house, you're just paying higher property taxes. Is that right?
Yeah.
So like it kind of hurts him.
And our properties around us have gone up dramatically, but the benefit to being in your home for 10 years and over 65, you get it discounted, which is finally happening next year for us.
Nice.
Look at NQ.
NQ going up?
Going down.
They're going down. No, nothing. Nothing's gonna happen with SPY today. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing crazy is gonna happen. It's Friday. Except for JNUG is going up, right? JNUG is making moves.
Yeah.
Gold's going down.
Who says gold's going down? Because I was hoping that I'd get a J-Dust run here at the end of the day.
Are you in any trades right now?
Pardon me?
Are you in any trades right now?
Oh, I'm in 6, 2, 4, 7. If you count my draws.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot, girl.
Yep.
So you just keep swinging different things then, or is that day trade?
I'm day trading for the most part. Sometimes I have to go a little over, but like I'm holding that VIX forever. I mean, for a long time. And I know I'll hold dries until I don't know. It's just a reminder every time I turn on my computer of how you lose money. You know, you got to be careful.
Yeah, trust me.
Imagine if you would have shorted it.
So I'm in UWT. UGAS, Kara, Hal, and J-Dust. Kara's doing very well.
Be careful. It failed today.
Yeah.
Are you
yeah.
Are you in from a long time?
I'm up 1.46. No, I just got in today. I've been watching it for about 2 weeks, and I just decided to bite the bullet today, thinking that.
Why didn't you sell on the pump?
Well, because it's one that people have been holding for a long time, so thought I'd wait till it made more than $50. $60. I don't have a lot in it. I don't have a lot in anything. Let's see. All total, I'm 35K out. So, but I'm only at 170 for the day so far.
Yeah, it's about the same for me.
Which is a hell of a lot better than being 170 down, because I really needed today to be positive, because I just broke even yesterday for the week. And of course, my whole month and the first week of my whole month of May was down. So.
Yeah, you had one rough trade, I think, a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and I had a rough trade on either Monday or Tuesday. Took me down. It was the one where I wanted to get into, what was it? Lab D. And I got in Labu instead and then lost.
Yikes.
Damn.
No, how'd you get in Lab U and lose this week? It was on Tuesday, was it? On the 20th?
Yeah.
That day?
I think.
I thought that day was going to be the reversal.
Mad. Yeah, I was pretty upset that day because I called it in the morning and y'all talked me out of it. I was like, oh my God, I could have had $2,000 like in no time, and I spent the whole day trying to make $1 and I ended up losing. So
that thing faded. I honestly thought it was not going to go higher. That day, a lot of bears also agreed with me, but then when the next day came over and the night rolled around, all the bears got blown out the water. That's the one. That's the day. Because remember how I said about puts? I bought puts on those days. Those puts are now from 40 cents to 7 cents. They're like worthless now, almost worthless. So
yeah,
I took a loss on that one too. Essentially, any money that I win in options, I'll just roll them back right into options. And essentially, what I found with plain options, my account literally goes nowhere, if not down. Because someone's always hedging a little bit better than I am. So that's why I'm always inclined to sell puts, not really buy calls or puts.
Yeah, that's why I've never messed with options. I hear a lot of horror stories.
Yeah, I don't think that I could do options and 3x funds.
Never do options on 3x funds. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, just that. So today I tried some that are just plain stocks. So,
like, imagine if
I'm doing okay on those.
Remember, imagine selling options on Ethereum, right? If you could sell options, and then it flash crashes from $300 to $25, and you're selling some kind of naked put, you're like your whole rest of your life you'll be in debt to the broker. Pretty much. That's why I hate playing options. If you don't know what you're doing, you can easily screw up an option. So the amount you can lose is almost infinite.
Hey E.
What's up? So that's what. What's up?
Go ahead.
Go. I was gonna say something, and then my mind paused, and I said, "What's up?" again. So no, you gotta go.
Hey, look at ICLD, bro. They got a lot of contracts. It's a penny stock.
ICLD. By the way, who's playing Mara since I have this one up? Who's the guy who's playing Mara? The 36 pivot failed. If you guys see, it never was able to go above 36. That's why I dipped 10%. But anyways, what was it called? IC what?
ICLD.
Oh, what the fuck is this? This goes up all day.
30%.
Oh my god. The fuck is
Yeah,
this?
bro. Look at the. It ain't garbage.
It is dude. Look at the daily chart. It's garbage, bro.
It's penny stock, bro.
Look at the daily chart, bro. Dude, this was at $5,127 once upon a time. What the fuck?
It'll get there, bro.
All right. Yeah, I had nothing other than say good luck. You're bullish on this. It's above the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. There's a gap right here. It looks like I mean, if it goes up, I see point. Looks like if it wants to go up 50 cents or 5 cents is the peak. 5 cents is the peak.
I have resistance at $2, bro.
Dude, this trading at 4 pennies and 1/8 of a cent.
Yeah.
I have it as 5. Let's see, 5 pennies flat should be resistance. I don't like trading this stuff, man. You know that, man. It's too hard. It's too hard.
Yeah, dude. But they have.
You know what I found interesting last night? I was looking at a 10-year UJ chart, and it almost looks like a 3x chart for a full expanse where it goes from 2,000 down to 0. It's kind of a sad statement that our dollar used to trade against 305 yen, and now it's $1.11 to the yen.
Man, we used to trade 70 yen to $1 back in the good old days.
That's what I'm saying. It was up initially, 10 years ago, 305, and now it's down to $1, 1.11. It's like, I guess through delusion of our dollar, I suppose.
Yep.
That would have been a great long-term trade.
Quite a short, huh?
That's what happens when you have the bankers meddling in the market. They're the ones that cause those changes.
But it's it's almost like we can't afford any more quantitative easing or any more delusion, in our dollar, because we're going to be negative to other countries soon.
This is weird. It's a weird thing. It's like a 21st century dilemma.
Well, it may not matter so much, except that right now that being even more inflated relatively to now is a bad thing, and that's bad direction. But ultimately, once that's finished and once we start valuating up again, that's going to be a good thing. I don't know, I guess.
There's nothing much more complicated than the world monetary system.
Watch 20 years from now, we're going to look at Bitcoin's price. It's like, I remember when Bitcoin was only like 2,600. Look at it now. It's only 1 cent now.
I read an article that seriously thinks Bitcoin's going to be $1 million a coin someday.
Someday. We'll probably all be dead by that time, to be honest.
Me sooner than you guys, so just think of me if it happens.
I will.
Like there was that dude Jerry way back there in Fort Lauderdale. He's been gone 20 years now.
Honestly, 50 years from now, I think technology is going to be the same. I think we're going to dark ages of technology in the next 20 years. AKA, we fight against computers and tech.
There's no way, man.
I doubt that. I think we're more likely to see, if that happens, it's going to be because we failed to abstract the complex nature of our technological development and teach it to the next generation properly.
think about it. The Soviet Union, when it collapsed, people were probably like, oh, they're never coming back. And now, Russia's pretty powerful now. Or even 30 years ago with China. No one ever thought China would be a global power 30 years ago. Boom. There it is.
The only constant is change.
That's why I think people are going to start getting shittier jobs because of technology advances. People are going to start saying, don't human-made goods only. Instead of Chinese-made goods, it's going to be human-made goods only. Buy human-made only. That's going to be the future slogan. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that's going to happen. We just need a few more retail stores to close, less people to get into tech, more people to get underwater weaving basket degrees. Essentially, get more credit. Doesn't matter how much you make, you got credit, right? You're good to go. Have all that to build up to one monumental recession, and for us to hate the robots. And when we start hating the robots, it'll be like the Dark Ages, right? After the Renaissance, the Dark Ages, when we go back in time, when we start destroying, like inventions and technology, and rolling back on things that got invented because of fear. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do job-wise. That's my only thoughts for the future is the automation and robotization and things like that.
It's going to be creative-based work. Anything that sits in between the creator and his finished product is just going to see more and more whittling away in structural decline.
Or the aliens come visit us in 3 years and just use our bodies as their energy and just consume us.
That would be scary.
Yeah. What about that? What if aliens decide to show up 5 years from now and say, "Fuck you guys, we're taking your H2O"?
I'd be more likely to think it's some psychological op by one of our governments, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys were just an experiment. We're done. Thanks for the help.
Or what if North Korea just nukes every single large city in the United States?
No, that'll never happen.
No, it's far more likely they detonate one 500 miles over freaking Kansas and just kill our electrical grid.
Why do you guys say there wasn't any good plays today, bro?
I'm saying the afternoon. I'm saying the afternoon. It's been good all day, just not the afternoon here.
NQ was an amazing play today.
I think you and Davian are the only two that really worked that, though.
Where is he at?
Took the day off, I think.
Damn, bro. He missed like 40, 50 points.
Yeah, because he loves the long side of NASDAQ.
It was long.
Yeah, but ever since the afternoon, it's been really dry, like the NASDAQ here. Really dry.
Bro, this went up like 60 points.
I think his wife just got her summer vacation too from school, so they probably started the weekend or something.
For example, for nuclear bombs, China has a nuclear bomb pointed at every single major city in the United States, and America has a nuclear bomb pointed at every single major city in China. That's how war works. It's ready for the command. Both sides. Same with Russia, too. Russia has bombs pointed at China and United States and Europe. It just takes a trigger to trigger it. And everyone has ICBMs these days and big nukes. Right? The North Korea came and shoot a missile across the ocean. That's how shitty their technology is. But they do have a nuke, though. They do have a warhead. They have no payload.
No delivery system.
Yeah, no delivery system. Yep. They have the payload. They don't have the delivery system. It's kind of sad. Like, how do you get a fucking nuclear bomb without inventing like a pretty much like a jet engine? You know, like how do they have a nuclear bomb for that? Actually, that makes sense. That makes sense.
No, but it does seem weird. solid rockets have been out for many years, so you would think that developing the nuke would be the challenge over, and miniaturizing the nuke as a warhead would be the challenge versus an actual rocket. I mean, that's old school.
Well, look at the level of complexity, though. If you look up Little Boy and Fat Man, they're not all that complex as far as the general mechanism for setting off nuclear material. Whereas a rocket is tens, if not hundreds of thousands of small moving parts that have to be precision made.
Yeah. That's why I was going to retreat my thing. It's because ICBMs were invented after the nuclear bombs. Because what I remember watching they're just like being dropped from the sky, literally, like onto the ground, right? I wasn't thinking that like ICBMs were invented later. And dude, I can't imagine that we couldn't shoot an ICBM out of the sky. If they even developed 5 missiles and shot them all 5 at once at us, I'm sure that's enough time for us to scramble something and shoot them out the sky.
Yeah, well, they're saying right now, even a full all-out attack, we would get 80% of the incoming missiles, but the other 20 would suck. That's why the countries have so many, because they know you're going to get quite a few of them, but the few that get through are going to be devastating, obviously.
And you have MIRVs too, which is one rocket but multiple warheads.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the system that they just put over there in South Korea. That's one of the baby systems that they use for shooting down ICBMs.
Yeah, the South Koreans should be totally more worried than the Californians. That's all I gotta say.
They are. I just saw a show last night on, and I think it's going to air again, on Seoul, the danger in Seoul, that North Korea obviously has huge salvos pointed, because that's their Achilles heel right now. And just one salvo of incoming missiles will kill hundreds. And they said if they ever kept the salvo up for the day, they could literally kill like over 120 something thousand people in Seoul alone. Because I guess Seoul is one of the most densely populated cities in any country, supposedly.
Yeah, Korea is very densely populated. Yep. So it's Japan too.
Most of the people use, a walk, ride, things like that, mass transit. There's not a high, and then even if everyone did have vehicles and stuff, they ain't getting out of there anytime soon.
What's a Korean car? Is Hyundai Korean?
I think so.
I think Hyundai is Korean. That's the only Korean brand.
But they got all kinds of shit. I mean, yeah, Ford Fiestas and shit out there. They all kinds of little cars. There's Fiat.
Kia, yeah, that's it. Kia. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, that's an investment opportunity. Buy up a bunch of used Hyundais now in the anticipation that they'll get wiped out and they'll suddenly become a rare car.
Wipe out the factories.
I don't know. That business model doesn't sound sound. Pretty sure they're making them over here.
Yep. Ford Focus is like the #1 popular car in China. It's like very popular. It's like unbelievably popular in China. The Ford Focus.
I remember when I was in Rome, there was more American cars than there was anything else.
The thing is, I've only seen one French car ever in the United States. I forgot the name of it. It's a Peugeot, whatever the name is. That Peugot. I don't know how to pronounce
Peugeot.
Peugeot. Yeah, is it
Peugeot? Yeah.
It's the only.
Yeah,
I've only
Peugeot.
seen one of those in the United States ever in my life.
My brother-in-law used to have one. It was a piece of crap.
It's like Peugeot, and then it's like a Citroen or something like that. So with the C as well. I don't remember these names. I'm just trying to recall from my memory. It looks like a little triangles. I think that's the symbol, like a triangle stacked. Citroen shows, yeah, whatever Citroen. I can't pronounce the name. I don't know.
It's the wildest 1 minute chart I've seen in a long time on the XBI.
It's just floating back down. I think that double top is now complete. I think it's gonna float down. People profit taken to the end of the day. Hopefully, for the shorts.
I was hoping for one more nice spike, but didn't get it.
No problem, Cole Kramer. I'll be on for another month and a half, though. It's not a quick move. Slow move.
NQ looking across the 20 MA. We need a voice chat just for futures.
Just for what? QQQ?
Just for any futures instead of stocks. Like we should make a separate voice or whatever.
Yeah,
I like the
commodities.
input of everybody.
What?
And a third one for currencies, which should include crypto, in my opinion.
Fuck currencies. There's no money in it.
I'll stay off of that one.
You guys really like trading Forex?
I'm doing okay so far.
Forex are one of those things that if you're not patient, you'll get burned almost every single time in Forex.
Yep.
No, this is something you're going to trade over. Your trade's going to last a day to 3 days. Looking at the hourly chart.
I'd rather
I don't know, I got burned out just reading about it.
do a quick future short or long and take my money.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's how I ended up here, because I tried Forex. It was just so complicated and so labor intensive. I said, fuck man, I can just trade the couple of currencies I like on the futures, you know.
NQ is falling on off the 50. Come on, baby. Dump.
I don't know. I never really thought of it as that hard. I just figured that the way that Forex works is that quote unquote one share is 100,000 in the base currency, and then I work on my sizing from there for the price risk fitting that to my account risk. And usually I'm under 1 for my leverage, but yeah.
Dude, that one time.
No, under 10.
That one time, UJ fell like $1 or whatever that currency is. I'm assuming it's $1. If you would have transferred it back into a USD, you would have made like bullshit. That's why I don't trade it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Okay, say UJ fell, $1. Say it fell from 113 down to 112. Okay, when that $1 profit is in it's in a yen currency, not dollar currency. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So why the hell would I want to trade that?
You would do it on leverage. If you wanted to make 2% risk on a 1 yen trade, you would probably need to buy about 2.5 to 3 times what your account would be capable of. But you'd have to convert your account balance into yen first, so you know how much in yen to pay for dollars, basically. I got a spreadsheet that does it for me.
Say you bought 1 million shares of UJ at 113 short, and you covered at 112. How much do you think you made on that 1 million?
I mean, if you bought 1 million yen and yen moves 1%, that means you're making $1,000, right?
Well,
oh wait, no. I'm sorry. That's wrong.
You guys are talking about two different things, man. Trading UJ on the ladder like that isn't the same as trading currency versus currency. You're trading a ratio there. That's all. That $1 you make is multiplied by obviously how many contracts and how much each contract holds.
No.
It's not like trading
Forex.
Yeah, Forex is where you're trading currency versus currency. That's more direct. That's why it's more difficult.
It all depends on your leverage. I know a lot of foreign traders that trade currencies that use like 250x leverage because their laws say they can, and that's why it sucks for them, because one little move essentially kills their whole position. The less leverage you use on Forex, the better your trades will be. So most of the times, it's people using a little bit of money to make a lot of money. It doesn't work like that. Forex is when you take a lot of money to make a little bit of money.
No, but the Forex rules are so different from everything else. The spreads, the time factors, the when your buy and sell cutoffs. There's 2 or 3 or 4 of those during the day, in the night. It's people get confused on, like, the trades I do with yen. The UJ trades are not Forex trades. They're futures trades. It's different. It involves contracts that hold currency, but it's not like trading Forex. If you're trading true Forex, it's different.
The futures contract is like an ETF. Well, I think what Jerry's trying to say is it's like a 24-hour traded ETF.
Exactly.
And don't take what he said completely to the extreme, because with Forex you do need leverage. It's a tool, or you're just going to be stacking pennies.
Yeah, no, you're forced to take certain amounts of leverage anyway. But trading buying the yen and doing conversions against other currency and trading it that way, it is way different. E's explanation was perfect. What I trade is basically like trading a dollar yen index fund, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I typically don't really need to go over 10x leverage. My sheet tells me what the leverage is.
But if you go on and start reading instructions about trading Forex, your mind will be fried within about 15 minutes, and you're going to be like, fuck this, man. I mean, just the amount of knowledge and the amount of rules, and then the amount of things, unscrupulous rules that are there to trip you up are way outside of anything else. It makes options look like kindergarten, probably.
Of course, man. That's what I'm trying to say. The currency, Forex itself, you don't make much money doing it.
No, it's not that. It depends on how much money you're risking. It all depends. It all depends on amount. Obviously, like, even with JNUG, if you buy 2 shares, your returns are going to be greater if you buy 2,000 shares. So it's the same difference.
I'm saying, say you bought, I'm telling you right now, say you bought 1 million shares short of USD, JPY, and it fell $1.
You're thinking more of how Jerry's thinking about. The futures contract holds at 1,000 yen. I think we're just having a debate whether we're using a futures contract to track the yen versus actually trading yen, actual yen dollars.
But that is the actual yen amount, isn't it?
But how you say you're buying 1,000, units of yen. That's more like how you would say in futures contract. For example, if you're buying a futures contract of yen, essentially when you buy I'm just making these numbers up. If you buy 1 E-mini, it may contain 100,000 shares, 100,000 units of yen.
No, I'm not saying that though. I'm saying if you bought 1,000 Forex currency of JPY, and JPY went down.
So you're buying 1,000. So you're buying 1,000 units of JPY.
1 million.
1 million.
1 million.
So 1 million divided by the current. Let's say the ask or whatever it is at 111. So if you divide 100, or if you divide a million by 111, let's see.
You make like $9,000 instead of $1 million.
1, 2. Wait, am I missing 1,000?
Yeah, bro, it's complicated.
No, I mean, like, it's. So let me divide it by that. So in order to buy 1 million yen right now, you need to have. I put in an extra 0, didn't I? $898,000.
11% less, right?
Right, $898,000 to buy $1 million worth of yen. Right. So in order to buy $1 million of yen using 10% leverage, right, or 10x leverage, you only technically have to use $90,000 of actual US dollars to buy $1 million of yen, 1 million units of yen. So if you're using 10 times leverage to buy 1 million units of yen, you're using $90,000.
Exactly. But the thing about it is,
Right?
the profit is $9,000, which is, why would you risk $90,000?
So imagine if imagine if 90,000, if 1 million changes now 1%. It's just the amount of leverage and the amount of difference is all based on how much you want to risk, right? So if I'm going into the market with $5 using 250x leverage, that's still the same as someone using $5 times 250 is 1,250. So if you're using 250 times leverage, your $5 is 1,250. Now, if you're using zero leverage, your money to buy is 1,250. But how much can you lose if the trade goes against you? If you lose $10 using $5 trade to do 1,250, that means you're now margin called for $5. However, if you lose $10 off 1,250 with no margin, you're at 1,240. Thus, there's no fear of being margined out. For example, for every Forex trader has to use high leverage like 250x in order to achieve the results. So essentially, Forex, you have to be very precisely to where the top or bottoms are, or very precisely tagging into a trade. Otherwise, you'll be margined out almost immediately because of the leverage you're using. And that's why a lot of people go into Forex trying to trade like, using $50 to trade 1 million contracts, but they're going to get margined out on like 1 pip or something like that because it's going to just wipe you out. But someone trading $1 million with actually $1 million, obviously half a percentage is going to hurt them as if you're trading $20,000 to trade $1 million. That 1% is going to hurt you more than, like 1% off $100,000 is just 1,000, right? The percentage is different. 1% of $100,000 is just 1,000. But what is $1,000 off $25,000, right? That's that's 4%, right?
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, and another thing too I was going to say, as far as setting your leverage, when you look at you never ever trade in Forex without using a stop loss, and where you place your stop loss between your entry and stop loss, I call your price risk. You need to make your price risk percent match the account risk percent, and you use the leverage for that. That's how you set your leverage.
I don't know. When I was looking at Forex, it came in pre-prescribed. Like if I wanted to buy the yen, I had to buy 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, like that. And you're just buying it, like say you buy the yen at 111 against the dollar, and you're just basically speculating that tomorrow or later today the yen's going to be 112 or 113 against the dollar, or I mean less, be 109 or 108, where then you can sell that contract and recover the difference. But you're trading actual currency highly leveraged, where with the futures you're just basically trading almost like an ETF, basically, like he said. It's all built in under a contract.
Yeah, but is the moves in your ETF still leverage? Is it like 3x or 10x? Otherwise, it's not moving very much.
It's a pre-planned. It depends. Like one contract, say it holds 10,000. And your explanation of at 1 million and it goes down $1, then whatever those ticks are times the million in contracts are going to be your profit. And I'm not going to calculate that right now just off the top of my head, but it's a pre-planned basket that you're trading versus trading individual currency. And basically the difference with Forex is the rules. The spreads, the rules, how you do things is so much more complicated than just trading the mini or regular. There's only what is there, like 90 currencies in the world that you can trade, and 25 or so of them are the top ones because of liquidity. You don't want to sell, try to trade this Somalian whack or whatever it is because your liquidity is not going to be there. But if you're brave enough, I guess you can. But that's why the futures only offers so many contract types, was probably 6 or 8, to trade the pairs that are popular. You don't get all the other stuff, but true Forex, you can trade up to, like I said, I think there's 90 world currencies that you can trade for one currency versus another. If you think a country is going to do well tomorrow with a housing report or something, and their currency is going to valuate more and be less against the dollar, where you can make money on. It's all about spreads. You're making money on the spread that you trade. Where
I just say I don't even look at it that deep. I just look at it as the state of the graph and where it's likely to go next, and how wide my trade needs to be on the graph in order to likely hit the take profit and not hit the stop loss. Sorry.
Well, I don't trade it, so you obviously know more about it than anybody here, I would say. But I just know the rules are what caught me the most. The rules and the way it works. It was so complicated and so much more confusing than just trading the pairs on a futures ladder, say. And I tried it once. I got one contract at 10,000, whatever coin, a euro or something I was trading, and each tick was so small that I literally would have to been really smart with how much those currencies were going to move to actually make any money. But hey, if you got it down, God bless you, man.
Essentially, leverage is instead of using it on dollar, just use it on percentage. Just for example, yen today moved 0.07%. With zero leverage, you only make 0.07% of gains. With 100% leverage, that's a 7% move for you. End of discussion.
Right, and that's
so
what I'm
you
saying.
use 30 times leverage, and that's what, a 2 or 3% risk.
Yep, that's yep, exactly. That's simple as that.
And that's what, like I said, you're trading the spread, and at versus a futures contract where it's a pre-programmed amount in the contract and a pre-programmed amount per tick.
Yes, I uploaded the sheet I use, by the way, again. You can use it for sizing and ignoring the goal prices and stuff. But yeah.
Good afternoon, Maestro. How are you doing today?
You know what's funny is on looking at Discord, Hedgehog and a bunch of these other people, they have this whole other world going on while we're talking about some other shit.
Yeah, I'm over here excited about this fucking NQ, baby. About to dump, boy. About to hit that VWAP.
Man, I really wanted to short this XBI. I fucking missed it.
Yeah, I missed it with you.
It's just, this is the slowest gain ever if you short it from the top there. It's just like a slow drip downwards. I think it's gonna end at hey, Carnage, guess what the price is gonna end at today, I think.
What?
79.25. Let's do it.
It's possible. It's interesting to see that SPY just dumped huge and XBI barely went down with it.
QQQs are so right now we're going to 3 o'clock. It should be power hour right now. We should see people buying up equities right now. If they're not buying equities, they're gonna slam them back down. So we'll give that 20 minutes or so. If there's no buying going down, obviously it's gonna go up. So I think SPY might finish at the days of the lows. I think QQQs are gonna come back down to at least the gap opening from yesterday, at least the close from yesterday. I think flat days for everything. To be honest, I think everything's gonna just poop out, and just nothing's gonna happen today. Look, except for gold miner switches up. I think XPI literally goes back to 0 for the day. What do you guys think? You think we sell off at 330? XBI dropping here. Damn, that 630 could have made it definitely a great long there. If I did my 3,000 shares, $300 right there. Is it Friday? It is Friday. So slow.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Nothing. It's usually big moves happen and then slow moves, and exactly what I thought was going to happen. Like UJ here, tail to tape, right? There's nothing happening.
You know, when you got the SPY only moving, between 0 and 29% or so, you very rarely get much volatility, and it's just stuck up there where it is until we get a little bit of a reprieve. I think the volatility is going to stay low.
I feel like we're going to be in this consolidation for a month. The Nasdaq and the SPY. It's going to trade like this for a month
until we get some kind of bad financial report or something. Yeah.
I don't see any more energy for this to go up. And the only reason why we went up from this, this high is because of Comey, the short squeeze on Comey.
Yeah, I agree.
Any forecast for Facebook next week? Let's look at Facebook. I think I'm Facebook charted here. Let me double check. Yep, I do have Facebook charted. Look, you're in luck. No, I do not have Facebook charted. Oh, what happened here? So I think the last time I charted Facebook, I said that it'll drop. And that's why I drew the circle here. So I'm looking at the stuff I have on here. Triple top Facebook. Looks like it. Facebook could be a nice short from here. Yes, Facebook could be a very good short from here. I might buy some put options like 1 month out. Look, we have bearish divergence. We have a breakdown of the upper trend line. Yes, yes, yes. I like this a lot. Triple top, easily to me, it looks like pure triple top head and shoulders formation. High volume on the left, confirmation. Low volume on the right, confirmation, head and shoulders top, short it. Facebook is a short for me. Mark, okay, so CR92, mark this in your book. 154.67, 25K trading, called out a short on Facebook at 154.67. Write it down, boys and girls.
Got it.
What's the target? 144. First target 149.79. This is round up 150.
Remember earlier you were talking old cars? I told you I had a 38 olds, and I thought I was putting that up on the thing here. But...
Oh, 30, okay. I thought you said it. That was something else. 38 Oldsmobile.
Uh-huh.
Is it like fully restored and stuff?
It is pretty original and
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever drive it?
I got to drive it about 8 miles, and it was like the time of my life. I mean, I enjoyed it so much.
I couldn't even imagine.
But it's pretty much a collector's item, so it's just kind of in a garage.
What was it?
A 38 Oldsmobile.
Damn. I like the old steering wheels.
Yeah. it's a lot of fun. It has so much play in it that yeah. And I drove it on a country road, and I didn't get to drive it in traffic because my husband was so afraid something would happen, so he took over the wheel. But it was a blast. I really enjoyed it. I wanted to actually turn it into a regular car, that I could actually use during the day. And he was not for changing the engine, and because it's, regular gas, not unleaded. So you have to add lead to the gas.
Yeah, you have to add the lead component. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun to drive, and it was only for parades for the Oldsmobile Club. My father-in-law was in that, so we have got to sell it for her care, but we haven't done that yet. We've got to find the right buyer.
Sell
that's
now
why I
at Peak
like
Automobile. It's peak auto, highest point in the stock market. Probably got a lot of moolah.
Peak Auto, huh?
Yep. Look at all those new cars on the road. You don't ever see any old car on the road ever. When I say old car, like something from the '90s, you see very rare those old models on the road now these days. It's because everyone buys new cars. Look at all the trucks on the road. They're all of them are new.
Well, I was looking at some pictures from Cuba, and they're all old there, so we might be able to find a buyer on eBay or something.
Ooh, wow. That's a great.
For Cuba.
That's great. Yeah, to keep up their culture of having the old school cars.
Right.
The only thing is Cubans are so dirt poor though.
Well, it's not. I was going to say it's not a culture. They do that because they won't have anything if they don't keep those running.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to keep it in their culture, like the old school cars. But I've heard stories that like Cubans are just so poor. Like when some people, I've met someone that went to Cuba before. Oh my god, they say like it's unbelievable how bad the poverty was before they actually opened up for tourism. Maybe an investor in Cuba wants to import a car for his own personal use.
Like anywhere, there's people that has money. You just have to find that right buyer.
Jern Doe just said he drives a 1989 Nissan on the weekends. 1989 Nissan.
Well, mine is a 96 4Runner, so I have no problems with it. It doesn't have 200,000 miles on it yet, and until it has 250,000 miles, I'm not changing it.
You're saying you don't want the night vision, the built-in night vision that pings if there's a deer on the road, like in the new Audis I've been looking at. Isn't that crazy? They literally have night vision in the cars these days. Like technology.
That's really good. Yeah.
And the computer picks up the abnormalities that night vision senses, and then it'll display on your windshield those abnormalities. So it's not on the dash; it's a projection onto the windshield. Right? What's the point of that? Like, just use your fucking eyes and don't go off the road, right, Jared? It's not like you're trying to hit things off the road.
Well, it's obviously, that you're not older because when you get older, your eyes start to have problems, and you get macular degeneration and
Gotcha.
different eye issues, and those aren't for.
Yeah, Jared.
Those kind of cars aren't for the.
Jared, I saw those Mercedes before. I saw the when you turn them so Skyper, the new Mercedes, if you turn a corner, the seat actually rotates in the direction of the corner, so it doesn't give you the G-force pull to the side. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah.
I'm saying I think the heads-up display actually I would imagine that causes more accidents actually preventing them because it's kind of like in your face, in front of you, like you're driving,
I don't know. I so rarely am out at night. I'm quite the homebody these days. And then usually when we're out, you know, Cal's driving, so I don't drive a lot. Went to see an old friend last night though. That was fun.
Audis are not for old people, Jern. Jern says that's how you save money, Skyper.
That's right.
Or you can be a crackhead tricking features at night, not going out because you can't, because you're glued to the computer, because you're a slave to the markets.
I don't know if I could do that at night, but maybe occasionally.
You're not a trader until you go like, maybe I need sleep right now, but I don't feel tired, just gonna keep going. And this is at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'm usually up at 3
That's
in the
me.
morning, so that's kind of normal for me. And I might be up for 2 hours. It depends on how wide awake I get when I check my stocks.
Oh, so you're getting it too now.
Yeah.
The inability to sleep.
But, you know,
You get used to it, though.
That's the other thing. You have to get up to go to the restroom. So it forces you out.
And then when you go outside during the day, it's like, oh, the sun's so bright. It's so bright out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, your boy ICLD is falling down. Do you see that, Hedgehog?
That's my Judas.
Oh, he's out of the. He left. I think Hedgehog left. Yeah, he left. He's done for the day. He's out of. He said peace out. I think he's peaced out. He posted the picture of the middle finger and left chat.
Yep. He didn't like what was happening.
I think he was still short on biotech.
Yep, bio, yeah.
Who's that?
Hedgehog, he just left. I was like, fuck this, I'm gone. See, I wish I could do that sometimes, but I don't feel like it's right for me to do that. Because the channel must live. Plus, what else am I going to do? Play video games? It's not really fun.
Plus,
I would
you know
love
how
to
you
turn
are.
this
You don't wanna
on
miss
to
a
my
good game.
nephews.
Huh?
I'd love to turn this on to my nephews and get them doing this instead of playing the video games.
How old are they?
Well, the one that I'm thinking of is only 10. But I think that if he had the direction, that it would really help him. But I would just have him do paper trades for a long time, you know.
Don't let him trade. Just make sure he's a nerd and just studies computers a lot and goes to computer science when he gets to 18. Goes to college for that kind of stuff. Or they're even doing that in high school these days. So just make sure he's interested in computers at the age of 10. That sounds like he already is.
Computer science or psychology, that's it.
Why do you say psychology?
Because the world is, mental illness is so huge in the United States. Well, the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all of us here have a certain amount of mental illness. We know that. We know about ourselves where our tweaks and quirks are. But it's only 5 or 10% of our psychology, so we are still able to interact. And there's a whole bunch of the world that's 10, 15, and 20. They're the ones that need a little help. And then you got a bunch that are worse off than that. And that's a huge miss in the United States. Medical is psychology, and so that's a huge market for that. Computer science obviously is one of the best, technical trades and things to know because of the things you can do with that. Everything else is almost bullshit nowadays,
Yeah. Well, I have a sister who went for psychology, and she's not doing so well. In fact, she's got the most schooling and the least capabilities.
Did she have a master's?
She's just a nutcase, actually.
She's a nutcase?
Yeah, she herself is a nutcase.
That's prerequisite to be a psychologist is not being a nutcase yourself.
Well, that's how come I had to ask, because everybody I know in that field is more messed up than the people that are walking the streets.
I don't know too many jobs where you can get a little 200 square foot office and listen to people bitch all day long and just inject a few little parameters in psychology for $250 an hour all day long. That's a pretty good thing to be in.
Yeah.
You lock the door at 5 o'clock and go home. Because the people really never get a lot better. They get better in the fact that you're just talking to them and leading them down a path of the ability to just see their way through their problems instead of bottling them all up inside. That essentially is what helps them out.
Yeah.
Sounds like Jerry needs to become a psychologist.
I minored it in college. I almost went that way, but the office thing wasn't good for me back then.
It's interesting stuff too. Very interesting.
The human mind. Yeah, it's very interesting. Right now, I just want to retire. Fuck everybody. You're all on your own.
So let me go quick. So looks like Austin, or not Austin, Dom just said one request of GDXJ. Let's look at the resistances on the daily here. Right? Daily looks pretty good. Let's look at the weeklies here. Weekly, what do we see on the weekly, guys? I'm asking you guys a question. What do you guys see on the weekly on the right here? For gold.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm getting it up.
It's a quiz. I'm quizzing you guys.
Let me see. Well, we might be looking at
Hammer.
At the top.
Got it. Hammer. We have a hammer here on the weekly. What does hammer do?
You got the hammer.
What does a hammer do? Cancels out the previous shooting stars. We have a flat trend for gold, so it's now back to anyone's game. It's back to anyone's game now.
It kind of looks like two hammers to me.
One is a reversal. One's a shooting star. There's two shooting stars and one hammer.
Okay.
If we have a shooting star next to a hammer, that cancels out trend, and essentially it's a tug of war once again. So we may have to wait for the monthly to. We may have to wait for the monthly to form now. I think next week when the monthly forms, that's going to be telling us where the true trend of gold is going.
I see. I
Right.
see.
So if we go to the monthly here, Dom, right? We see a high spin doji, right? Look at these two candles. Look how similar it looks, right? We have a hammer down, reversal, hammer down, reversal. These four candles is the biggest tug of war between bulls and bears. Although you may be losing money when it goes up or down, there's titans out there losing money on this tug of war too, right? It's not just, everyone else is making money, not just you. There's a huge tug of war between bulls and bears. And so far, the bulls are actually winning because the moving averages on gold is still bullish. Right, we're still having the faster moving averages below the slower moving averages. Moving averages on the monthly stay still bullish. On the monthly, we have higher highs, pretty much higher highs, right? And we also have and above the 400, 200 EMA as well. Jared, you see what I wrote out you? But anyways, so this is going up. And so what I'm seeing is flat trend. So if this becomes a green candle, so if we next week go above 1267, it's going to be a very bullish candle for gold. But right now on the weekly at least it looks like it's a stalemate. So these reversals that canceled by the hammer, and that's what I wanted to see. That's what I was hoping to see, that the support for gold will actually hold and form a hammer, and it did this week. So now at least to say this hammer is now canceled. canceling out the previous shooting stars. Essentially, flat trend, anyone's game next week. We have to see how the next week ends and how the monthly prints. And pretty much GDXJ is now fixed. Long GDXJ. It was up to, back in last year, 1 year ago, we were at $52 per share. What are we at right now? $34 per share. Pathetic. Let's go up. Gold, move your ass to 1400. This bull flag needs to break. I hope that was a good explanation.
That was great, E. Thanks.
Dank.
XPI is looking so bullish right now.
It's stuck. It's stuck. That thing is stuck since the afternoon, since 12 o'clock. That thing has been stuck. Flat trend.
I can't believe it's actually going to finish the week near 80. That's
pretty bullish. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's scary for trapped shorts, like really scary.
The only thing is we didn't make a new high. That's the only thing that would have looked positively. I mean, I think there's going to be a retracement here. I just think the trend, if the retracement actually goes below 78.20 and holds below 78.20, I think a reversal trend. But right now, I'm pretty more optimistic. I think we might retrace hard, but that'll be an entry for long.
Yeah, I'm thinking shorting XBI would be like top priority for next week.
Yep. I think a hard retrace is coming, but I don't think it's gonna come. I think right now I think they're trying to fuck with shorts right now, like try to flush you guys out of the short positions, because again a new high wasn't made, and we do
Yeah.
that new high yesterday was formed on the fundamental news shift, right? And so we have no news there, but we're not allowed to go higher than that. So I think there's a little bit of retracement coming in store, but I just don't know whether or not we're to gap up and then fill the gap downwards on Monday or what's going to happen.
Yeah, massive opportunity for Lab D for next week, I'm thinking. Like massive opportunity.
If you're looking at the retracements here, yeah, definitely, I think. I'm looking for it to go to 74. It might not go to my put. I'm still looking for a hard retrace. That's why I put 73, because I thought that was going to retrace the breakout. I think everything always has to come to retrace breakout. Next hard support for me is 75.77. 75.77 is what I'm looking at next week.
Herd Alert just sent a thing. He's looking for a dip to buy LABU. I don't know where he thinks this thing is going to.
It's just FOMO. Once the news comes out next week, it's going to sell off. I don't even know what this. We'll let that settle over the weekend, and we'll do our analysis based on their, based on the words over the weekend. But is oil about to dump? Dude, oil's flat trend. Everything is flat until the end of the day. I can guarantee you it. Notice how the Qs have dropped back down to support, and notice how SPY is just chilling under support, big support. I think nothing's going to happen. I might just wrap up the day here, to be honest with you guys, and get a little 30 minutes head start for the weekend. So.
Oh, this thing tweaks 80. I'm going to fucking take a 20-minute short here and see what happens.
Yeah, actually, I think I might take that 30-minute extra. Just call it a day for now, guys, because I'm not in any trades. I think everything's literally going to go flat. XPI might be going up a little higher here, but honestly, this could be a big bull trap. We gotta see if it forms a new high. If I was a stop hunter, I would have run this right to $80 and just drop it from 80. Just right exactly at 80 and dump it.
Wow, I can't believe it's gonna maybe close above 80. That's crazy.
I thought it was going to pull back to support 79.25 and be a no-nothing day. But NASDAQ is up pretty big today. The Qs are up, 0.25%. IWM down up 0.5%. SPY almost flat, literally flat, 0% for the day. Qs up 0.25%. IWM up 0.5%. And so XBI Biotech Index might make a new high here, 79.96. We'll see whether or not it wants to hit 80 or not, because essentially I think it might flush these stops right here on the short. And there's going to be...
That's the top right there.
Yep. See, if it makes a new high here, that's a stop loss flush. If it doesn't, essentially now it's just a flat trend. And this is going to go back down in the next 30 minutes.
It's looking really attractive for a short up here, but it's way too close to close in Friday.
I agree with that statement.
That's the only thing for me too, man. God, I want to get it so bad right now.
I think it's gonna do that one little oomph and just poke all the shorts, so it goes up just a little higher, and then it'll just fall down when the longs close. The longs will have the last laugh.
Our top priority needs to be XBI Monday morning for sure.
I think so too. See, he's gonna poke it a little bit. Here's the poke. Here's the poke. I feel the poke coming.
I'm not trying to disrespect anyone that's currently holding Lab D, but I can only imagine how scary this must be for someone that got trapped these last few days in Lab D.
It's because it made the most irrational pop ever. Other than short squeeze, there's no rationality other than the fundamental shift of the healthcare vote. But we already knew the healthcare vote was going to come, or the healthcare bill was going to come anyways. It's like they passed it a month ago, right? So that's why I didn't really regard this as important news. It's not important until it actually happens.
Yeah.
Right? Because they passed this through Congress 2 months ago. It's not like we were just they have a new bill in the healthcare. It's like that's not it. It's like that's not why I know this when it goes. That's not a catalyst for this to go up 10%. More than 10%.
Fuck! I tried to catch it at 98 and I missed it. Son of a gun.
I think it's gonna poke real hard at 80 right here. Poke and then it's gonna fall right back down. I said 79.25, but obviously it's not there anymore. So let's see if it does a little poke upwards and then falls down. But I'll just do a quick recap of everything else while we do this, because I am, again, going to sign off a little early today because I don't think anything's going to happen. JNUG is relatively trapped up here, right under 1990. I did my gold analysis. So, again, look for the monthly close next week. Weekly close for gold is pretty bullish. I don't expect gold to be selling off here. Gold is hitting a 200 EMA on the 4-hour. That's the resistance here today at 1258. So we just gotta see whether or not the hammer really does indicate some kind of pushback against the bears that have been pushing for the last 3 weeks. UJ here, flat. Dollar flat. Nothing really to be said about these guys. I'm sorry, dollar's down 1/3% because of the pound and the euro. But the yen still relatively flat for the day. Japanese data next Thursday, I think. Again, next week every day we have data, so just pay attention to what comes out. I think on Monday we have some. I don't remember what exactly we have on Monday, but again, every day at 8:30 we should have some kind of big fundamental news report. XBI, we're looking for the. Did it poke 80?
Wick did.
Look at that, 801, 8001. You know why it went to 8001? Because it wanted the poke the stops at 80.
Yeah, the formal double top. Yeah, get them stops out.
A lot of people just do those flat numbers, 80 stop loss, right? So just poke it exactly at 80, and then it'll just come right back down. So if my theory is correct, that's the high for the rest of the day, 80.01. And I'll just go sideways / lower from here. If this is truly algorithm trade, see? Do you see that, guys? How it poked at 80 just a little bit and then dropped 10 cents right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm in it from 79.98.
Hopefully it'll go down a little more.
They poke it real quick, pop it up, and then close up, and then now they're closing the shorts. Right? There's a 10-cent scalp for the algorithms just like that. Fucking garbage, right? That's why the algorithms, they know where to look. Now the algorithm trade is over, so they can either push this back up or drop it down. It's sideways regardless. So notice how right the last 1 minute of this 5-minute candle comes that pop, or this 5-minute candle at the end, pops up just at 80 flat, pushes up 80 on one, initiate new shorts, comes down to 79.80, 79.90. Covers at 79.90, and now we have flat trend once again. And now if they want to poke it up one more time, I can see them poking up and then dropping again. Exact same thing. Essentially freaking out the bears. That's what they're doing. See, the reason why I popped back up 40 cents is because they just covered the shares they shorted. And there's no trend. And that's how the algorithm makes money while we're still here holding on to the same position.
So actually, now that I think about it, and I'm assuming you guys thought the same. This is probably just short covering before the weekend then, I guess.
Yep. They're forcing the shorts to cover. By trickling the price up slowly like this, they're forcing them to cover.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. You're right.
That's why they're poke. Now we're just going higher now, I guess.
So the weird logic here is that these longs aren't taking profits.
The longs are. The shorts are.
I don't think they are yet either.
So that's interesting.
Or it's mom and dad at the end of the day saying, no. Here. It's 340, man. This is why it's going up. 330, 340. Do you ever Carnage, did you ever hear about my 330, 340 times?
No.
It's okay. When mutual funds rebalance. When you buy a mutual fund, do you get the shares instantly or do you get them the next day? You get them the next day, right? You don't get them the day. You essentially put your order, and next day the shares are in your account for the mutual funds. It's because the mutual fund has to buy the shares you've requested. It's not like they just have them there. So at 3:30, they rebalance the shares. Mutual funds are always buying. So if mom and dad buy mutual funds 3:30s, that's why 3 o'clock is called the power hour. The plunge protection team. It's because retail comes in, just swoops. Essentially, all the mutual funds buy at once at 3:30. Thus, it pops everything in the market. That's why I always say, look to 3:30 for clues. Pop here in the market. It's because the mutual funds are now buying. So now that everyone can sell their shares, but the price is going up because people are actually just demand for those shares. Now when it's very bearish is when mom and dad stop buying, and at 3:30 there's no buys. That's why the highest volumes during the day are the first hour and the last hour. First hour is because of the noise trading going on, big part of it. But the last hour is a lot because the mutual funds are coming in at 3:30 near the end of the day and rebalancing their funds. That's the same thing that can be said with JNUG at 3:59. It rebalances its funds. That's why you see some weird action sometimes in miners then. Oh, so XBI, I guess my theory is wrong. It just wants you to keep going up. Short squeeze.
Yeah, it's LabD's looking to touch this 52-week low here.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some more LabD here in a little bit here.
See, I want to buy some more LabD too, but I just can't do it.
It could be a safe hold over the weekend, but I think it's better just to reassess Monday.
Yeah, reassess Monday. That's what I'm gonna do for sure for LabD.
I wouldn't be too scared holding a recent LabD trade over the weekend. That's for sure.
Except for my puts, which are now basically worth 0.
So off from the XBI price. I'm just gonna double check it.
The question is, what are we making you high here? Damn, that's a huge pop. Look at that huge grind, and they just popped up just like that. Because there just to me it looks like what Carnage said. There just wasn't enough shorts to take this down lower. So when the reversal started here, it just squeezed everyone up. Whew. Glad that I took profit on that in the morning.
Yeah, right.
And it's interesting too, because SPY went down so far while XBI went up. It literally looks like money's just flowing out of SPY and into XBI.
Money's flowing to miners. Materials getting a bid today. IT getting a bid. Hey, funny enough, overall healthcare is still negative for the day. You know that, man? Isn't that crazy? Healthcare as a sector is down.
I think PTLA had a huge influence on the XBI price today.
I don't think you can say that, man. That's a $3 billion cap.
No, but you have to consider the weight that XBI has taken of PTLA more than the cap, I think.
Is it not market? Does XBI do price weighted or is it market cap weighted?
Arbitrarily chooses the weights of these biotech companies, so it's twofold, right? It be market cap, but then you have to consider XBI's weight of that market cap, and then the movement.
Gotcha. See, I don't really trade bios. Bios has never been my specialty. My specialty has always been miners. Well, in the recent past, has always been miners. So, I need to learn a lot. I need to do a little bit more studying. But every time this goes up, it's just making more bearish divergence. It's just
So XBI right now, sorry to cut you off, is like 80 than yesterday's high, and yet Lab D is just touching the low yesterday. So there's that. It's a little off, which I wonder why that is.
It's probably because of a lot of people bought Lab D today.
Yeah.
The demand for Lab D, because I always generally think the 3x is off, not the underlying.
Yeah. So when XBI was 25 yesterday, Lab D was 21, but now XBI is 23.
The only thing with that theory is that let's see, 1:30 is when it resumed trading. 1:30. Right? So
135.
PTLA was paused for trading until 1:35. So XBI was already going up without PTLA though. If that made sense. Right? Like when PTLA opened up for trading, XBI was already trading at 79.80. Technically, when PTLA started trading, XBI started to fade.
That is interesting.
So I don't think PTLA is weighted that much. I think this is just a short squeeze. I gotta go with our first theory is that shorts get a little nervous. They've been losing the week, so they just close out and just take the loss.
Here's an interesting mind fuck. So while PTLA is halted, the share price is still changing technically because people can put in the buy orders. So I wonder if XBI is actually reacting near the end of the halt or during the halt because people are putting in buy orders, I would think, on PTLA.
Let me find the weight of PTLA on XBI. It has 99 holdings. Okay. XBI is consisted of 1.18% of PTLA. So 40%. So that should be 40% up. So 40% of 1. See, it's still not that much. Still not that much. If it went up
So, like-
100%, that's like a 1% increase. So, I mean, I think it's just a short squeeze, man. I think it's a short squeeze.
Man, if it's a short squeeze, like shorts are getting squeezed right now.
You know
Well,
why?
I think they waited, hoping they hoped that by the end of the day it would go down and they could save some money, but now they realize they couldn't.
When I looked at XBI's short, the number of shorts on XBI, it was 53% of the shares were short. It was 8 or 9 day days to cover. That's a high amount of shorts. That's a lot of shorts. That's a shitload of shorts. Look at that. Number of shares outstanding, 9.56 million. Shares short, 5.4 million.
How do they figure the days into it to cover?
It's the average volume divided by outstanding shares short.
Oh, if all those people were to try to cover, it would take that long.
Yeah, so if there's 5 million shares traded in the day and there's 20 million shares, it would take 4 days of average volume to cover all 20 million shares.
I see.
But obviously, you could have one day where there's 20 million shares and all the shorts can cover theoretically all at once. It just says like that's how many shares compared to the average volume. So that right there tells me there's a lot of XBI shorts still in XBI. The question is, this still needs to fucking retrace. The longs still need to come out and retrace this.
Yeah.
I might look at Elliott, maybe figure out some Elliott's, maybe see if it's on like the third, if it's still in the third wave or it's part of the 5 wave.
Yeah,
This-
weekend homework is working out this long-term XBI chart and its relationship with the all-time high.
Because remember, XBI is nowhere near. Well, it's nearer to its all-time high than previously, but it's not like it's QQQ or it's SPY just chilling up right up near there. So it has a few more percents to go.
The other interesting thing I see people talking about, you guys might know more about this, is LabD. I wonder when that will happen. At $6, I'm thinking like single digits. It could happen anytime.
I
couldn't it?
actually hate this shit. I hate shares at 620. It's so hard to sell off. You know what I mean? Because it's like fractions of a penny. And
Yeah.
it's like it's just so hard to transact something when there's no liquidity. I'd much rather trade shares of LabD at $600 per share than at $6 per share. You know?
And that logic right there is probably why it will reverse split, and I wonder how that's gonna change sentiment.
It also will. It definitely won't reverse split. You know why? Think of someone using IBB. I'm sorry, just IB. Think of someone using interactive brokers. They charge you per share. 3,000 shares of something is going to cost more than, okay, half a cent. Half a cent of 3,000 is. Yeah, so that's if you're doing IB, that's a $15 trade for you. If you're buying 3,000 shares one way, so a round trip would be $30 for you. It's because it's.
I didn't.
Go ahead.
I didn't realize brokers even did that charge per share. I get charged per trade.
So if you work with a big fund, they'll charge you per share, not flat fee.
That's ridiculous.
Sometimes it's cheaper, sometimes more expensive. Generally, it's more expensive. In my opinion, it's more expensive. Well, it depends, of course, on your brokerage. If you're working for a big fund, essentially they can charge you like nothing. But if you're IBE, you get charged a lot. But anyways, if you're buying these shares at $6, it's not attractive for day traders to buy cheap things. It's attractive for day traders to buy more expensive things because their fees are cheaper. Because you're not transacting 3,000 shares, you're only transacting 100 shares. It's going to happen. First time for everything, Barb. By the way, everyone give up to Barb. Barb was the only one, out of a few people, Barb and Skyper were the few people that were saying, don't buy Lab D 2 days ago, and I bought Lab D, and that was the biggest losing trade. Was that one Lab D long I had them minus $700 black eye had a few days ago.
Glad you didn't keep that overnight, eh?
Yep. 2003. 2003. Yep. We hit $20 for GXJ here, or JNUG here, guys. 5 minutes until close. Let me go get some water real quick. My throat's feeling a little raspy, and I'll be right back, and I'll watch this open. I said I was going to leave 30 minutes ago. I'm addicted. I'll be right back.
Yeah, this XBI or biotech movement is just baffling.
Yeah, it's pretty unbelievable. Especially without much for retraces, you know, it's just powering up, powering up.
Yeah.
Even here, I thought by now it would drop the last 10 minutes. It's just gonna go green right out the day.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. I can't help but wonder if there's profit taking after the bell today.
Like right here, you'd think you'd get like 3 big red wicks back to like 78, 79.50 or something. Every red turns back into a green.
That Lab D thread on StockTwits is gonna be buzzing this weekend.
Already is. I've been peeking at it when I get a chance here and there. Everybody on XBI and LabD are all like, what the fuck? Holy shit. I mean, nobody can believe this.
Yeah. Oh man, like any kind of like negative sentiment about biotech in the news or Trump tweet or anything is gonna smack this down so hard, so fast.
I don't even know what's causing all the positive sentiment. I don't know what happened.
Unstable.
Short squeeze to the close. This is a short squeeze to the close.
That's what I figured.
This literally does not look like any algorithm selling. There's just buy, 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 buy. That's it. Well, good thing I didn't short. Right? I sat on my hands for the rest of the day.
I bought some more LabD, so I'm going to hold that over the weekend.
And like Dow Jones is negative still. Go figure.
If I have to, I'll buy more next week. Fuck it. Everything that goes up at some point has to come down at least a little bit.
The funny thing is, JNUG might close at the highs of the day too. Miners might. So there's some risk going into lower dollar. Some people are speculating the dollar gets weaker with miners going up. The only thing with miners, it looks like a possible head and shoulders now. You gotta watch out for that. But the right shoulder is taking this long, long time. I think the initial head and shoulders was already rejected, so we might get another. We gotta see whether or not this climbs to a higher high here next week. 3 minutes left till the market closes till the weekend. By the way, guys, if you guys are new here to the channel, subscribe. I'm here every day. The subscription will let you know when I'm on. If you liked the video today, all I ask back in return is a thumbs up. Shout out to Ron, Chloe, and Kyle for their donations today. I really appreciated that. Thank you, guys. I would definitely think of you when I'm having dinner tonight. So guys, this is dwindling down here. We got 1 minute left to go. Since we love watching JNUG at the end of the minute, I'm gonna zoom in here to the 1 minute here, and we're gonna see what happens. 1 minute chart here, guys. Don't freak out. Gold is coming down a little bit. Don't freak out, guys. 1 minute chart, remember. One minute. Gold looks to be selling off into the USA close. Remember, this thing's going to trade for a little bit. They want to trade for a little bit here. GXJ going up. Gold going down just a little bit. Oh, GXJ is going to close at highs? Don't tell me so. So unique. XBI going to close at highs. So it looks like JNUG is going to close at near highs. I'm going to switch real quick. XBI. Oh, XBI selling off in the last second. But it is still closing on the last 5 minute candle. It is still a green candle. JNUG closes at $20 flat. Look at that. JNUG closes $20 flat. Look at that. Cool, cool, cool. SPY. SPY closing down up 0.13%. Qs closing up 0.38%. IWM closing positive 0.64%. Crude up just a little bit. Up almost 1% for the day. Up 0.75%. XBI, biggest winner here, up 1.4%. We had two good plays on here, but it looks like Biotech is still going up. UJ, on the other hand, we delete this. UJ, on the other hand, flat, dollar down because of cable and euro. Miners closing on a bullish. So I already went over some of this towards the end. Very great day for me today. Pretty much my swing position that was out of the money. It's now back almost near the money. I had 3 great plays today, up $1,000. Great, awesome. That's it. Good luck on you guys. Good luck on your. Well, have a great weekend, and I wish you guys luck when the Monday market opens again next week. Expect craziness. So have fun on the weekend. Get your minds off stocks. Get your minds off foreign currencies, and go have fun. Because I will, and I hope you guys do too as well. So I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.
Yeah, good
Take
trading.
care. Take care.
Goodbye.
See you guys later.